It is 10:01. Good morning from the Circus Sports at the Mint Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Lucas Panzica. Titans training camp gets underway this week. Veterans report to Vanderbilt Health Football Center tomorrow. Practice gets underway on Wednesday. In NFL news, the Arizona Cardinals are giving quarterback Jacoby Brissett a reworked contract that gives him $15.5 million, up to $21 million this season, ending Brissett's holdout. In college football news, UNC football GM Michael Lombardi has been placed on administrative leave. Reports are stating that it stems from an HR complaint. For all your foundation repairs and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
So I don't know how y'all want to do this today, but it's kind of chaotic to start the show. This is like a Friday news dump, but it's to start a Monday morning with all the different news items that are flying around in the world of college football, the NFL. Lucas mentioned that training camp is on the horizon. A lot of teams already in camp. Titans get things rolling with a press conference tomorrow, report day tomorrow, practice on Wednesday. We'll be out there the rest of the week. After that, from Wednesday through Friday, we're looking forward to getting back into the swing of football things, but football news items just overwhelming today. So I don't know if you guys have a favorite story that you want to start here. There are some things that are bad. There are some things that are terrible. There are some things that are interesting. Obviously, the Eric Bieniemy situation, or rather Mia Bieniemy, the wife of Eric Bieniemy, who was shot at the couple's home, is a news item that just dropped, I don't know, about an hour ago before we walked in here. Now they're saying that his son has been arrested, which details to come on that if any more information becomes available on it. You hate to jump to conclusions, but immediately I was thinking like, oh my God, is this another Calais Campbell brother situation that we just talked about? Were you in here when we talked about that story?
Yeah, it was a horrible, horrible story.
Awful. So there's stuff all over the place. To start today, Lucas, you mentioned Michael Lombardi. Shocking to no one, there's damn near a parade on social media about Michael Lombardi getting canned. And he's not quite canned yet, but he's been placed on administrative leave.
Mid an investigation that the likes of Pete Thamel and Pete Nakos are reporting stems from an HR complaint from an employee in the football office. So take that for what you will. You've got Ben Steele, the tight ends coach, right, for the Washington Commanders, fired before his first season.
Like 30 minutes ago.
Tight ends coach.
They hired him this offseason.
Well, reports that it comes off a DWI arrest, which happened with Tony Romo over the weekend as well. So, I don't know. Something's in the water out here. I don't know. It's a strange day. For real, though, the Bieniemy thing is scary, and Mia Bieniemy is alive.
Stable condition.
Yes, is in stable condition. That is the good news coming out of it.
Robert, I need you to unplug the console and plug it back in to start the morning, because this thing is just, it's haywire. We need to blow on the cartridge. They don't do cartridges anymore, right? It's just little discs? Or you download the games?
No, it's all cartridges. It's like a Nintendo 64 back here. Anytime we want to run a segment or a song,
yeah, back there,
I have to find the cartridge, plug it, or blow it out, like blow it out, stick it in. Hopefully it works, and then we can play a sound. Like, do you guys want to hear? Oh, this is a good one. Yeah, this is from back. Let me find the card.
Let me hear something I haven't heard in a while.
People being happy to hear from you.
What are we applauding there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You said, let me hear something I haven't heard in a while. And I thought,
applause.
Applause, yes. Something being, there we go. We were running on a Monday.
615, pretty good joke. 615-737-1045 is the number if you want to jump in. We are also live streamed today on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Would you chicken out on the title? I just saw the title. Getting ready for Titans training camp? No, we got prostitution stings. We've got Chris Forrester, the cocaine-doing offensive line coach, back in the NFL. Not just back in the NFL, he's an active head coach, while Kyle Shanahan, thank God he's okay, or, as okay as humanly possible. He still has his life after this car accident that apparently happened 10 days ago, and nobody did the reporting on it. It's just a weird news cycle today.
Yeah, I'm sorry. When I tried to put in the title, solicitation, prostitution, and cocaine, the NFL season is here. It got flagged multiple times.
Just saying. I mean, that's what we're going to do today. So just accurate. Kroll tried to put Hooker in the title on Friday because Amani Hooker was placed on PUP alongside J.C. Latham. Twitch wouldn't let him.
It made me laugh
They
so
said,
much.
no, you can't talk about
That's
hookers.
crazy. That's crazy. And then for there to actually be a story involving a person in the sports world and prostitution the next business day is insane.
We're too woke as a society. We're scared of words like hooker.
Yes, lady of the night. That's much. Back in the day, they used to call them flappers. Did you know that?
Is lot lizard specifically reserved to truck stop hookers?
Yes, yes. That's why they are the lizard in the lot. Yes. The flicking of the tongue, all of that.
I thought you were going to say something else. I got scared for a second. So anyway, good morning. Happy Monday. Football is back. Anybody surprised that Michael Lombardi crashed out? Now, obviously, we await details on specifically why he's being paid, or excuse me, he's placed on paid administrative leave, right? He is currently being paid by the university.
Yes, he is placed on administrative leave. The university itself provided no further comment. Pete Thamel reported that, per a source, this stems from a human resources complaint that was filed by a former UNC front office employee. There is a pending investigation, which is what led to the administrative leave.
His contract has not been terminated, though, which runs through January of 2028 at the course of, I think, $1.5 million a year.
Right. So the logic behind that, and, maybe this is not the most scientific way to do it, but the logic behind that, Robert, would be, let's see if we can fire him for cause, and let's save ourselves some money in the process before we terminate him and have to pay him money to go away for whatever it is that he did.
It is because I hate him, Bill, and they're arguing with their HR people. Like, Jordan has a complaint. Jordan, you have to have a reasonable complaint to do something like this. You have to have cause. I do have cause. Because I hate him.
Do you think we're not giving her enough credit? Like, I think she's an intelligent human being based on the way that she's orchestrated this entire scheme, right? Like, she's not stupid.
This does feel like another step in the inevitable unraveling and crashing and burning of the Belichick experiment at UNC, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's been literally nothing, not a shred of, I don't know, positive trajectory, a glimpse of a positive trajectory since Bill took that job.
Jordan placed at her competitive cheerleading competition. So I think
good.
that would be a piece of positivity. There was an exceptional meme that was made out of ACC Media Days, and it's Bill Belichick standing next to Dave Doran. If you're unfamiliar, Dave Doran is a stoic cactus of a person. And the meme said...
Worst post-game interview ever.
Doran's tough.
He is
Ever.
so rude. But the meme said, no, sorry, Bill, I don't know. I have no idea about the happenings of competitive cheerleading. As they're standing next to each other, Bill's like looking at him longingly.
I mean, the Mike Lombardi stuff, we'll see what other info comes out of it. But
Yeah.
is there a single shred of a reason to believe that the Belichick thing could take at UNC at this point as he heads into year 2?
Well, yeah. He brought in his guy, Mike Lombardi, who's garbage at this, and maybe he gets put with somebody who's competent and actually knows what to do in the landscape of college football, and all of a sudden Belichick is operating at a higher level. There is a Sharon Moore element to this where they crash out spectacularly and they end up upgrading as a result.
Man, what a disaster. Like, this has at no point felt like it's going to work. And Robert,
Not since she came out with the giant balloon decorated press conference podium.
Yeah.
Who did UNC open with last year?
it was TCU, and they got whacked.
TCU's in there, right? Because Jordan was at the game. They had so many different North Carolina legends. Roy Williams.
I think Ludacris did a concert before that game at 9 a.m.
Yes, in the morning. So I remember because they marched down the field and scored on their opening drive, and the place was rocking.
Yes.
And then they got shellacked for the other 58 minutes. But, Robert, this is legitimately fascinating to me because they move on from Mac Brown, another elder statesman, to bring in Bill Belichick. So, in theory, they would be bringing in Bill Belichick with backing, right? There would be resources behind hiring Bill Belichick to actually make Bill Belichick work, right? So, like, to you, having come from that area, done radio in that area, you are much more intimately familiar with UNC football than any of us. Was there an increase in resources funneled into that program with Bill?
There was an increase in resources because initially, at face value, people were like, "Oh yeah, we have the greatest coach of all time coaching our college football team." The problem is that there was a civil war within the board of whatever you want to call it, all the highfalutin people at North Carolina, where half of the board wanted to keep Mack Brown. They were fine with the trajectory they were on. They were cool with seeing Mack Brown off into retirement, and the other half were tired of sitting idly by, and they wanted something new, something to bring attention to the program. So that is the side that went with Bill. The problem was the side that was siding with Bill had all the power. That was the, not commissioner, I keep wanting to use that, chancellor. That's the chancellor, that's the AD, but all of the other people, all of the side characters on this board wanted to keep Mack Brown. So while they agreed in principle to bring in Bill, the room was not all together on this idea of totally morphing North Carolina into what Bill's object he would like it to be.
Oh, no, Lucas, you remember that. That was reported very thoroughly on the fact that there was a lot of split decisions there.
I'm just like trying to figure this out because North Carolina comes in, they totally overhaul the roster. They bring in 70 new players for last year, and just by sheer volume, with 40-plus incoming transfers, they end up with a top 10 portal class in 2025. But again, sheer volume. Like, there are no blue chippers in that group. And now they sit with a portal class that ranks outside of the top 50 in all of college football. So I'm just confused because if there is backing for Bill Belichick to spend and bring players in, why has there been no positive movement in terms of talent acquisition? Is it a hubris thing with Belichick and Lombardi?
Yes.
Okay, that's what makes the most sense, right?
Because you remember the book that Michael Lombardi wrote? Remember the name of the book?
No.
Gridiron Genius. Okay, who did you think you were hiring?
Right. And, like, fair enough. Bill Belichick made a long career out of being a better evaluator and developer than the majority of the NFL.
No, famously not. Famously, he's a historically bad evaluator. His impact on Patriots drafts?
It waned, but let's not act like they weren't winning Super Bowls with Bill Belichick calling the shots on the roster.
Sure, they were winning Super Bowls, but it's not because of talent that he was identifying and developing. That was famously something that he was panned for.
Well, they weren't. Yeah, towards the end. Let's not rewrite history here. For a while, the Patriots were hitting on 5th and 6th round picks that were going to be better than your 2nd round picks. Like undervalued players, figuring out ways to utilize different players.
Talking about like Edelman and stuff like that?
Sure.
Are we still giving Bill Belichick a ton of credit for Julian Edelman?
Okay, so Belichick doesn't get any credit for...
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the things that we assign to Belichick for the vast majority of his career, Tom Brady exposed very thoroughly. And Bill Belichick's decision-making also got more erratic when you got the Joe Judge, Matt Patricia thing.
It did, yeah.
And all the different stuff.
Towards the end, it fell apart.
To your point, but
let's not pretend like Belichick didn't help craft Super Bowl winning rosters.
He did, absolutely. And he was an exceptional defensive mind that helped carry those early Patriots teams. I'm not pushing back at that at all. I think that you're misremembering a part of Bill Belichick's legacy, which is huge. Of course, he's the greatest. He is, by resume, the greatest coach in NFL history. Okay? Nobody's disputing that. But I think along the way, some things get swept under the rug as to, okay, is Bill great at everything? Or is Bill really, really good at these things en route to putting together a dynasty unlike we've ever seen alongside the greatest quarterback in the history of the sport who, as he got better, started making players around him infinitely better?
Here's the point. A lot of the best players, I'd say most of the best players of the Bill Belichick era were undervalued coming out. Yes. Brady is the 6th round pick. We get that. But
Gronk
I'm talking about
bad back coming out, right? He was a 2nd round pick.
Teddy Bruschi was a 3rd round pick. Like Wes Welker, Julian Edelman. Where was Rodney Harrison drafted? I don't even think Rodney Harrison was like a highly drafted player.
I don't know that off the top of my head.
Coming out. Rodney Harrison was a 5th round pick, right? So say what you want. I understand what you're saying. But for Belichick's entire career, 95% of the best players that were drafted by the Patriots were not 1st round draft picks.
When did he get roster control? Like all-knowing, all-seeing, omnipotent Bill Belichick. When did that become a thing? Because was that from the onset in New England? I know he's had this Ernie Adams guy, this consigliere of his for 100 years as well, who was helping him in the football decision-making process. I don't know if he was a big part of the
2000. I mean, basically when he got the
from
job.
the jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Right. So, I understand how it fell apart, but, how quickly we erased the history of Belichick literally building Super Bowl teams on undervalued players. It is a huge part of what made him one of the winningest coaches in the history of football, right?
And Brady being willing to play at value.
Yes. But my only point on all of that is you take that down to college where, yes, you were finding success drafting 4th, 5th, 6th round players and they turned into future Hall of Famers. But those players were still elite college football players.
Yeah.
Elite. Tom Brady was a really good quarterback his last year at Michigan, right? So I feel
he's just late, right? He didn't start until late in his career at Michigan.
So looking at that now, taken down to the college level, you can't really do that as much in college because I feel like there was a hubris there for Belichick and Lombardi to out-evaluate and out-develop like they did for years and years in New England. The problem is they were still getting players with a certain floor coming out of college, whereas going into the depths of the college football talent pool, which is so much larger, hundreds, thousands more players with much lower floors, I think we're seeing that same plan doesn't quite work. No, you need good football players. Yes, you can separate yourself as an evaluator, and we're seeing what Curt Cignetti does and finding right fits and experienced players, but you still need good football players. And I feel like their hubris has held them back in that regard.
No, I think you're 100% accurate. They came in there citing that they were going to be the 33rd NFL team, which is exactly the kind of messaging that I think would make college football people, Lucas, groan.
Oh, thank you to Blaine for correcting me. Rodney Harrison was actually drafted by the Chargers, not the Patriots. But anyway.
No, but I mean, they found a guy in Rodney Harrison. It's almost like Vrabel a little bit. Vrabel was drafted by who? The Steelers?
Yeah.
He was a special teamer.
Yeah.
And then they got him.
Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. I understand what you're saying.
So, you're right of the Matt Patricia stuff at the end. It got so bad.
Thanks for listening, Blaine.
Bill Belichick. Yeah, Blaine's always got his ear to the ground. He knows what's going on. Bill Belichick was, make no mistake, one of the best evaluators and developers as a head coach that we had seen until it got bad in New England. And then the tide turned to where, it was all Brady. No, it wasn't for a huge portion of that. I'm just saying taking that down to the college level has not translated in the way that it seems UNC, Bill Belichick, and Mike Lombardi thought it would.
Yeah, I don't want to turn it into a Belichick-Brady conversation, obviously, but let's flesh this out a little bit. Do you think, we have always known Bill Belichick to have behaved a certain way, right? The way that he operates is very consistent. We don't necessarily have the answer to the question, was he taking more feedback from, say, a Bill O'Brien or who was the longtime Romeo Crennel, right? Matt Patricia. He had a lot of assistants who were not necessarily successful as head coaches. Was Bill O'Brien the most successful Bill Belichick acolyte?
Easily, yeah.
Right? So they didn't.
Dable, with a little bit of success, but
Dable had one season, really, though, with the Giants. Dable's doing a lot of work off that one season.
Dable, did he win as many playoff games as Bill O'Brien did? I don't know. It's not like the Texans make a habit of deep runs in the playoffs.
No, it's fair. My point being is I don't know at what point if Bill Belichick was ever taking feedback from the people around him or if he's always just been this way, right? But what I do know, Lucas, is that the way he is not going to be helped with age, right? He's only going to be more stubborn, more set in the way that these things go. Nobody is accusing Bill Belichick of continuing to adapt at this stage of his career, right?
Yeah, this is looking more and more like an abject disaster.
So he brings in one of his guys, which on the front end you understand because they're going to establish the culture and all these other things that we say when a new coaching staff comes in, a new administration comes in, whatever. And then the culture is rotten because he's brought in a guy who's just a lackey. Michael Lombardi was nothing but a lackey at North Carolina. And so if somebody at UNC, is anybody in power at UNC capable of stepping in and being doing the thing that Kraft would never do to Bill, which is, no, Bill, this is the way that you're going to do things while you work for me. Is anybody at North Carolina capable of doing that? Because that's the only way that this thing turns around.
You want to know the best part of the whole thing?
Sure.
Michael Lombardi's son is the quarterback coach.
Yeah.
And they have practice today with media availability. I doubt he'll speak.
There will not be any questions answered about that situation. Yeah, no way.
Jordan will be standing off to Bill's side, stamping her foot.
You have to stop saying Jordan in North Carolina. Jordan,
excuse me. Yes, she is a Megazord or something. She's like those that internet trend that's like, my boyfriend is going to tell you how his college practice went, and you guys are going to be nice. Okay, go, Bill. Yep, she's
Wound up.
Yep.
I mean, who is a figure like Belichick that has just fallen that many pegs in terms of how he's viewed? Like how Bill Belichick is looked at right now at this moment in time compared to 5 years ago, where he was the greatest coach of all time.
Oh, that guy from Marvel that was going to be Kang. And they had to reshape the whole Marvel universe for him. He was on top of the world.
I don't know. I don't know any of I don't know.
Oh, hold on. You guys do know.
How of all the Marvel movies that are out there, I've never heard of that person that you just
Well,
mentioned.
because he did something that was bad, and I can't remember what it was.
But legitimately,
Jonathan Majors.
Oh, he got canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why they're having to do this Doctor Doom Secret Wars thing to like different timelines to fix this whole thing because they cast him.
You mean the actual actor, not like a character in the Marvel universe?
Yes, Goober. I'm not going to be like, Lex
you know
Luthor
he was
is who I'm comparing to Bill Belichick because he destroyed Metropolis. I know Jonathan Majors. So he was going to be Kang.
Oh, no, Ricky's got the answer in the chat. It's Phil.
He says Phil.
But Phil was always kind of a degenerate,
He
right?
also says Tiger. I think we still view Tiger
Tiger's
as
still cool.
Probably the greatest talent.
They'd still have him out there. Like
my God, they would celebrate if Tiger Woods showed up to a PGA event. I was watching the 3M tournament over the weekend. If Tiger Woods showed up at the 3M, just stood there, and it would be a godlike figure.
And there were reasons for Tiger's decline, right? Like all the off the course stuff and the injuries and how they piled up. But like Belichick was the best evaluator, developer, coach in the National Football League, maybe in the history of the National Football League. Yeah. And now how we talk about him in 2026, it's just crazy.
You know, the clip that was making the rounds this past football season, it was after a Giants game where Dart was concussed or something and Russell had to go in. And Tony Gonzalez gets up there on the Amazon Prime, I think it was the post-game show, and says Russell Wilson is playing himself out of the Hall of Fame. And people got upset about it because whatever. Then it was is Russell Wilson a Hall of Famer conversation? No matter.
No, that Russ is another one on this list.
But Belichick is the definition of this, right? Belichick is doing the things only football. I mean, there's the Jordan stuff that's a little, whatever. But it's not. If Belichick had a 27-year-old girlfriend but was still great, nobody would care that Belichick had a 27-year-old girlfriend that was meddling in his stuff. Yep. The fact that he's crashing out and he's doing it in a purely football sense, Bill Belichick's not going to play himself, coach himself out of the Hall of Fame. But if you wanted a case for somebody who looks like they're capable of it, he is on a generationally bad run.
I don't know if anybody's capable of coaching that resume out of the Hall of Fame. But,
nobody is.
But yeah.
But I think that's if Gonzalez wanted to be more, like that's what it makes me think of.
It is interesting how it's devolved. And it looks like it's headed for a disaster at UNC.
You want to do some NFL headlines?
Sure.
Next. Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical are here to help you because there's nothing worse than having a plumbing issue or an electrical problem, especially right now in the hot summer months. You don't want your AC to go down. There's no good time for that to happen. Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical is here to help you through that process. The price you're told is the price you'll actually pay. There's no hidden fees when you get your bill. Their techs are trusted and vetted. You'll get a picture of the tech that's assigned to you and a link to track them in real time while you're waiting for your appointment so you don't waste your time waiting around. 100% satisfaction guaranteed of happy you'll be or the service is free. That's the Happy Hiller promise. So book online with ease today at happyhiller.com.
Oh, be still my beating heart. Football is around the corner, and we have plenty of non-football things to talk about, but adjacent to football nonetheless. And for those headlines, we go to one Lucas Panzica. It's here, baby.
It is about that time. It's here. What's your stamina with that? Can we
How
have
long
that?
I can do that?
Yeah, like, can you kind of pot Can you pot yourself down and
You did not get in my ear and say, let me call Cheyenne.
No, he said that on the air.
I didn't say the whole thing. It doesn't count.
Pot yourself. All right, never mind. It is about that time.
I can count.
Somebody peed in the pool.
Ready?
No, I'm not doing it.
Okay.
Titans report tomorrow. Veterans report tomorrow. Rookies have already reported. We've got practice on Wednesday. We'll be on location watching the Titans get underway for Robert Saleh's first training camp as the head coach here. But there's on-field stuff. There's off-field stuff. First, we start with the most serious note, and that is the wife of Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy. We mentioned it in the open. She was shot by their son, Elijah, on Sunday night at their home in Virginia. She is hospitalized. She is in stable condition, thank goodness. That is according to a source I'm reading from ESPN. Police in Loudoun County, Virginia, confirmed that a woman was being treated for serious injuries from multiple gunshot wounds. They did not disclose her identity. It ends up being Mia Bieniemy. Elijah Zion Bieniemy, the son of Eric and Mia, he is 27 years old, was arrested and charged with malicious wounding, use of a firearm in commission of a felony, and discharge of a firearm inside of a dwelling, according to the local sheriff's office. She was shot in the chest and arm, but I repeat, she is in stable condition. Eric Bieniemy has left Chiefs training camp, obviously, not in attendance for today's practice, but he was with the Chiefs Sunday in Missouri at the campus of Missouri Western State, I guess, where they are holding training camp. So he was out of town, out of the state when it happened. Police responded to a report of a shooting at a home located on the 20,000 block of North Park Drive in Ashburn, Virginia at 7:32 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. The chief said in a statement that they are aware of the incident involving Eric Bieniemy's family. They did not provide further details. So horrible situation, scary situation that, thank God, has not resulted in loss of life. And Elijah Bieniemy has been arrested and charged.
Held without bond right now at a detention center. So, yeah, I mean, the details on that are, they're not saying in the reporting yet that Elijah Bieniemy shot his mother. But these are the conclusions that are easy to draw based on the information that is available to us. So it's obviously
they are saying in the reporting.
Well, they're saying arrested and charged with malicious wounding, use of a firearm in commission of a felony, and discharge of a firearm inside of a dwelling.
The first line of Nate Taylor's ESPN article reads, the wife of Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy was shot by the couple's son Sunday night at the family's home in Virginia.
Got it.
Sources tell ESPN.
They must have just updated that because that report, So again, this is a story that came out as of about an hour before the show started. There will be additional information. It is a tragic story, of course, anytime you get into something like this. So if there is further information that we can add based on the reporting that is being done, we will make sure to update you.
Speaking of crazy stories that resulted in somebody getting put into harm's way, and thankfully no loss of life, 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan suffered significant injuries in a car crash in mid-July that is going to leave him limited as the team opens training camp. So Shanahan broke his nose, 3 ribs, and his hand, needing over 40 stitches in his face, and he suffered a severe concussion during a July 14th car crash where he collided with an SUV near his home in Northern California, according to sources familiar with the situation. This is from ESPN. So Shanahan is still recovering. He's recovering well, it says, from many of the injuries. He still has lingering concussion symptoms. This is according to GM John Lynch. Assistant head coach Chris Forster is assuming some of Shanahan's duties until he gets back, but Lynch called it a group effort to fill in for Shanahan. So
Forster said the same thing to reporters.
Yeah, different coaches are chipping in different ways, but scary situation that, again, happened 2 weeks ago. It'll be 2 weeks tomorrow, and we just learned about it this weekend.
Okay, so this is one of those things I was asking Robert about before the show started. Do people care about the media element of this?
about how this didn't get out for 10 days?
Well, the fact that there were reporters that knew. Have you seen Mike Florio's write-up of this? And Mike Florio is getting criticized by Don Van Natta, who is not somebody I would want to be criticized for journalism ethics by, somebody who's won a Pulitzer Prize. Anyway, they're saying that several media members who cover the San Francisco 49ers were asked by the organization to keep it low. And did. Now, because it's a car crash, because you don't know the significance of the injuries, you don't know the ripple effects, I do agree with the idea of you don't need to be the first one out there to report that Kyle Shanahan's been in a car crash just for the sake of being first.
Yeah.
2 weeks is a long time.
Plus, about 10 days.
To sit on a story. 10 days is a long time to sit on a story like that of consequence when it involves who's coaching the team. Your job is to report on the team. If you have information that impacts the chronicling of the team, the reporting around the team, who the hell is going to be coaching the team? I think that's a terrible job. Now, I'm glad Kyle Shanahan's okay. Obviously, that's the most important part of this. But the offshoot of this to me, Lucas, is that's a terrible look for people in San Francisco media, the ones that knew and didn't report the information.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
but that's probably just a media thing. Like, I get the larger public probably doesn't care.
It's a sensitive thing. I mean, I think if you're in that situation, you're talking about fostering your own relationship with the football team and, I don't know, helping them handle what is obviously a very sensitive situation.
10 days is too long. You got to be able to figure that out.
As the chat is pointing out, Chris Forster is indeed the same Chris Forster that was let go when he was coaching with the Dolphins back in 2017 after a video surfaced of him doing drugs. And he entered rehab and he got back into coaching, and he's been on the Niners staff since 2019.
Sure.
So, but yes, it is the same Chris Forster.
Not just doing drugs, doing coke at his desk.
Yes, literally doing lines.
In the Dolphins facility.
In the Dolphins
come on,
facility.
Dude, go to the bathroom. What are we doing? At your desk?
It's a little blatant at the desk. Like, at least try to hide it.
No, he had a 2-year hiatus before coming back into coaching, has been on the Niners staff for years at this point.
He was the offensive line coach with the whole Jonathan Martin, Richie Incognito thing, wasn't he?
In Miami, yes.
Well, what do you think he was doing for those 2 years? He got it out of his system. He's on the straight and narrow now.
Well, I just remember the hooker that he had hired, one of the hookers that he had hired at various points in his career, doing interviews with people like
Dump that,
Pablo
Robert.
Torre.
Dump that.
What, hooker?
Yeah, I mean, clearly we can't
Don't say it again.
What?
Twitch is going to shoot us down, take us off the stream.
I can say the word, can I?
You also can't say shoot down, like no aggressive.
Damn. Let's just pack it up and go home.
That one I get more than hooker.
Stop saying it. We're getting flagged every time you do that.
To add to the list of just insane off-field stories, the Commanders have fired their tight ends coach, Ben Steele, 2 days before training camp begins. He was hired this offseason, and it comes about a month after he was arrested for driving while intoxicated in Loudoun County, Virginia, the same county where Eric Bieniemy's wife was shot by their son. Like, just an insane summer in that part of the country, and we're learning about all these things today.
An insane day.
Yeah,
An
my
insane
goodness.
day in the news cycle.
Again, thankfully, no loss of life.
Yes.
These are 3 situations where easily somebody could have lost their life and nobody did. So we are thankful for that. But Steele is out. Apparently, Wes Welker has been working with the position group. He has been an offensive assistant on the Commander staff, the legendary Patriots tight end. So,
wide receiver.
Receiver, sorry.
He was coaching in Miami before that, right? Wasn't he on the Dolphins staff that lost to the Titans the last time the Titans played in primetime, like 2 years ago? Anyway, explain that on your resume. Six months as a tight end coach. You didn't even make it to the season.
Yeah.
You didn't make it to the season, my guy.
And then on top of that, I mean, this happened before that, or at least we learned of this before that Tony Romo was arrested for the same thing, driving under the influence in Milwaukee over the weekend.
Were you guys aware that there were different tier levels of Deweys in Wisconsin?
In Wisconsin? No.
He was arrested for OWI.
So operating while under the influence, they have different kinds of Deweys there. So there are different levels based off how much you've drank, because as I learned over the weekend, if there was a blanket system for driving under the influence in Wisconsin, everyone would be arrested. So, and apparently I don't know. I'm not from Wisconsin. This is just all happenstance of what I learned.
If you are 615-737-1045 and have DUI experience.
Yes, we would love to hear from you. Apparently kids under 21 can drink in restaurants if their parents are with them.
In Wisconsin?
Yes. Hold on.
What?
Wisconsin.
Is this
drink
Google AI?
with parents? No, because I was listening to another show. In Wisconsin, people under 21 can legally drink in bars and restaurants if they are with their parents, legal guardian, or spouse who is at least 21. The exception applies to public licensed premises as well as private spaces through specific rules, and strict safety limits still apply. The owner can choose to not serve someone under 21, but it is legal to serve someone under 21 if they are with their parents. So you could be 16 and get a Shirley Temple.
Wow.
You could be 15 and go get a glass of wine.
Interesting.
In Wisconsin. So different rules, different things to abide by with drinking. So he did not get a Dewey proper.
How drunk do you got to be in a state where that's allowed to get popped for popped for anything?
Let me see if I can get the distinguishing remarks.
He's got a big old smile in his mugshot, Tony Romo.
Oh, you think he's hammered?
I don't. Yeah, his hair's a little tousled, big smile.
You think it's Jim taking his picture?
It's not like a toothy smile, but it's a smile.
Soft smile.
Yeah, but I wouldn't call it so soft. He doesn't look upset to be there.
All right, so
because what's going to happen to Tony Romo? CBS isn't commenting. They're going to pull him out of the booth.
He's going to be Tony Nomo.
Although, if you're CBS, this is convenient.
Why?
Maybe a little convenient because Tony Romo's not very good anymore, and Jim Nantz still is.
Yeah,
and you could say, "Yeah,
God,
Charles,
Tony Romo, Mark Sanchez,
do college football anymore."
Just to shoehorn an actual football headline in here, Jacoby Brissett got a deal done. He reworked the contract with the Cardinals. He will make $15.5 million guaranteed this year, with the chance to make $21 million. And this ends a holdout. I think Brissett had started to show up. He took reps on Sunday for the first time in camp. They reported last week.
Camp, yeah.
So he did show up, but they end up getting a deal done. First-year head coach, Mike LaFleur, would not commit to Brissett starting week 1 when they play the Chargers. Just that he will start taking first-team reps.
You just paid him $15 million. No, he won't start. Just get into camp, Jacoby. We'll give you $15 million if we need a quarterback to get out there and take the sacks behind our not very good offensive line. Did you see this Genty clip making the rounds of him in training camp, Lucas?
No.
I sent it to the group. Robert, did you see this? Ted Wynn tweeted it out of The Athletic. It's they're not in pads yet, but they're running team drills. They're running 11 on 11. And so they go to run a stretch play for the running back, and he's got nowhere to go. Like the defenders at just every level are on his neck. He has to double back and go the other way. Somebody tweeted, "Welcome to the Cardinals," to Jeremiah Love. So not an ideal situation. Good for Jacoby Brissett. He was asked, Lucas, I don't know if this was yesterday or Saturday when he had media availability, but he was asked, do you think the criticism is fair for a quarterback who went 1-11 last year, getting the kind of contract that you did? And he said, "Nope, don't care about that. The contract got done." May we all be Jacoby Brissett at some point in our careers.
Who apparently does not have an agent and has never had an agent in his NFL career.
Good for him. Good for him. So we'll keep it with prostitution type stories with this Alabama NIL worker coming up next.
A day at the spa, the perfect gift for birthdays, anniversaries, or any occasion. Lavish and luxurious, yet affordable. A grand gesture, yet simple for you. The gift card from A Moment's Peace. Give her the gift she won't buy herself. An escape, a bit of luxury. Something special that shows more than just words. A gift from A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa in Cool Springs across I-65 from Galleria Mall. Call 615-224-0770 or go online at amomentspeace.com anytime.
Welcome back to the show, fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken. So when I read the headline, Alabama NIL executive arrested in human trafficking ring, what does that immediately make the two of you think?
That he was trafficking humans.
Yes, that he was like is it Albanians in Taken? Is that the people
so.
who are kidnapping people from Paris, right? They're kidnapping people from Paris, tourists.
Yes, if
and
I remember
women from
correctly.
Paris in an Albanian human trafficking ring. Okay? So, yes, you would think that is something that is going on, if that's the way the headline reads. Now, the details of the story are a little different, but no less severe in a certain instance. So, Robert Aaron Settles, if you know that name, it's because this man has been in sports media for a long, long time prior to joining the University of Alabama's official NIL entity. He is the director of content for Alabama's NIL arm. So he wrote for the Tuscaloosa News, wrote for The Athletic, one of 15 people arrested in Shelby County on Thursday. I guess the story was out by the time we did the show Friday, and we just didn't get to it. I don't know what happened there. But court records...
No, it came out after the show.
On Friday?
Yeah.
Okay, so the arrest was on Thursday.
Yeah,
The story
dropped at like 3 p.m. Friday.
So court records cited by WBRC News show that Suttles, who leads the content efforts for Yeah Alabama, was charged with soliciting prostitution, and he allegedly paid $100 to engage in sexual activity. So I am not used to seeing something that I would regard as a prostitution story listed as human trafficking. I do think it's a good thing that they are talking about those things as if and should be involved in human trafficking, because you don't know where the lady of the night, is that Twitch safe? Can I say that? Okay.
You're good on that one.
You don't know how the lady of the night came to be a lady of the night. And sometimes, I'm certain, those stories get a little bit sinister and have human trafficking elements to them. That's a pretty crazy thing to see in the news.
Yeah. I mean, this dude, I followed his work with The Athletic, covering Alabama during the Nick Saban years, during the transition to the Kalen DeBoer years.
Just hate reading?
Just reading. This is insane. What an ugly story. Yeah, Alabama is basically an Alabama NIL site that isn't directly tied to the university.
Quote, the official fan experience of Alabama athletics, and facilitates authentic name, image, and likeness opportunities for Alabama student athletes.
And he was a content creator, content director. He wrote, he did social media content. Weird. Just add it to the list. Add it to the list of weird and
this one happened
in some
on Friday,
cases
though.
Awful stories this weekend.
Yeah, it's just an insane news weekend. The Shelby County Drug Enforcement Task Force conducted the sting this past week, with 15 men arrested and one also being charged with 2 counts of unlawful possession of a controlled substance and second-degree unlawful possession of marijuana. Quote, we will not tolerate the victimization of vulnerable women here in Shelby County, said Lieutenant Clayton Smith, commander of the Shelby County Drug Task Force. So that's a very, I didn't even know how to react to that headline when I saw it, other than the guy that used to cover the Crimson Tide is in the news for this. Now, I'm not going to say that it's not a serious infraction because it's only $100 or whatever. Obviously, if you have any level of attachment or connection to a human trafficking ring, then yes, there should be punishments as a result. I am new to that being labeled human trafficking, though, like that being a human trafficking charge as opposed to a prostitution charge. But I imagine that's going to cut down on the number of instances that happen there. 615-737-1045, the number. If you want to jump in, you are welcome to do so. You also have the F&M Bank chat on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Somebody in the chat says, I need that NIL deal. Well, you can go to jail for that NIL deal, so that's not an NIL deal that you want. We'll get back into some sports stories, actual sports stories. LeBron James did make his decision, his reported last decision of his career while we were on the air on Friday. I want to have a conversation about the way that he is chasing Michael Jordan. Also get into some football stuff coming up next.
The Guaranteed Offer is the simplest, least stressful way to sell your home. You go to our website, you fill out a quick form, we set an appointment, we bring you an all-cash offer. Literally, there's no lockbox on the front of your house, there's no showings, we pay all cash, we close in as little as 21 days, stress-free. We've helped thousands of homeowners just like you sell your home the hassle-free way with a Guaranteed Offer from Mark Spain Real Estate.
10:59, good morning from the Circus Sports at the Mint Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Lucas Panzica. Titans training camp gets underway this week. Veterans report to Vanderbilt Health Football Center tomorrow. Practice gets underway on Wednesday. In NFL news, the Arizona Cardinals are giving QB Jacoby Brissett a reworked contract that gives him $15.5 million, up to $21 million this season. In college football news, UNC football GM Michael Lombardi has been placed on administrative leave. No other info has been provided. It is reported that it stems from an HR issue in the front office. For all your foundation repairs and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once and your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
She's in our group text celebrating right now. So much random shit is happening today that nobody even remembers. Tony got an OWI last week. Hell yeah. Second hour is upon us. Happy Monday. Hope your Monday's off to a great start. It's been a newsy Monday. I wouldn't call it a great Monday from a news standpoint, but there is a lot of different things that we will keep you updated on if there is new information. The story of the day so far is that Mia Bieniemy, the wife of Eric Bieniemy, was shot by their son while Eric Bieniemy has been at Chiefs training camp in Missouri. The family of Eric Bieniemy has been in Loudoun County, Virginia, where the crime took place in their home. Eric Bieniemy's son has since been arrested. Elijah is being held by police in Loudoun County. His mother is okay. She has sustained 2 gunshot wounds, I believe, according to the reporting of Nate Taylor on ESPN, and she is in stable condition, which is the best possible result, obviously, of a tragic story. So if there is more information to update you on specific to that, we will do so. LeBron is a Philadelphia 76er. We talked about that. We got that news, in the 11 o'clock hour on Friday? Just about. You two tell me how you feel about it. I love when we get news live. I hate not getting a chance to, think about it more sometimes. Like when we just bull rush into the news and you're like, oh, okay, head on a swivel. Everything's moving 1,000 miles an hour, because there's always things or thoughts that you have after the fact about the news that would have been salient to bring up on the radio show, but you didn't think about them in time. LeBron's one of those. Does he impact the East significantly? More than the 76ers, who are already going to be one of the title favorites next year, given that they acquired Jaylen Brown this offseason and got rid of Paul George? Does he impact the race for the East significantly? Does he shift the power of balance in the NBA significantly as a player who is going to be 42 years old?
I would say yes, but LeBron played at a high level last season, no?
He's a top 20 player by almost every metric.
Yeah. So putting LeBron into that mixture with Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid, and this is assuming health as well, which is a big step to take for Joel Embiid, but does it not? If a healthy Joel Embiid has Tyrese Maxey and LeBron and Edgecombe around him, does it not shift the balance in the East?
VJ Edgecombe is a good player, and I'm glad you brought him up. It should, right? I think it makes the East more of a threat to win a title right now, and I think that you're looking at the Celtics as kind of the team that potentially takes a little bit of a step back here. Miami is also an interesting figure here with Giannis. How sustainable is that going to be? His health is also something that's worth monitoring. Robert, do you know who Anita Marks is?
Anita Marks, I'm unfamiliar.
Anita Marks is a former female professional football player that's been hosting talk radio in New York for a long time. She used to work for Giant Sidelines and things like that. She's been in the business 30-something years. She was my co-host because Fitzy had his open heart surgery on Monday, so he's obviously going to miss a little time. She brought up the idea of if Embiid is not healthy, then it doesn't matter. And I sat with that for a second and said, well, but they have Tyrese Maxey, they have VJ Edgecombe, they have LeBron James, they have Jaylen Brown. Is Embiid that important? But Embiid is by far and away their highest ceiling player. He lifts everything around him significantly more than any of the others. Although Jaylen Brown, I think, deserves a tremendous amount of credit for the way that he did that job last year in Boston. I thought he's a pretty good soldier given all the crap that's been around him the last couple of months.
I don't disagree with her if it is a situation where Embiid is out for the whole year. I agree with her in that stance that it probably doesn't make that big of a difference if LeBron is there and Embiid is hurt. But
because we saw that, right, with Luka in the playoffs.
Right.
Luka, they petered. I mean, they won a playoff series, which I thought was honestly an accomplishment, and then they petered out against the Thunder, who most teams would.
But if it's a situation, and we've seen this with Embiid before, where he is just being nickel and dimed by minor injuries, I think having LeBron helps because he is someone that can right the ship while Embiid gets ready for the playoffs if something like that happens.
Yep.
So if I agree with her if Embiid is out for the entire year, but I disagree with her if it is like the small nagging injuries we see with Embiid generally. You guys said how much does it impact it? Whenever something like that happens at face value, I look at the betting markets. So the betting markets after LeBron signed with the 76ers, their win total only improved by 2 games, which in the NBA isn't a lot. It doesn't sound like a lot. That's a minor fact, but their championship odds improved dramatically from plus 2,200 to plus 1,000, and their conference and division odds also improved from plus 750 to 370 to win the Eastern Conference Championship, and to win the Atlantic Division boosted from 450 to 220. So it was a huge boost to their championship odds, but not necessarily their overall win total.
How often did you guys watch him with the Lakers?
Over the entire span?
Over the 8 years.
I am not an NBA diehard, but I probably watched it the least of each of LeBron's tenures, like compared to his tenure with the Heat or his tenure with the 2 tenures with the Cavs.
Definitely, yeah. I would align with that.
Because they weren't really factors.
No, and also his game started at 10 p.m. Like the fact that he's been on the West Coast matters.
And they didn't make a deep playoff run other than the bubble year.
The bubble. And the bubble, we were all watching because, oh my God, sports. Please, God, don't go anywhere. Please, sports, don't leave us ever again. The bubble was probably the most that I watched LeBron with the Lakers, but I have caught probably, I don't know, I would say probably 3 full Lakers games a year, every year that he's been there, not seeking them out necessarily, but just pure happenstance. Like, okay, I happen to be up late. Okay, I'll watch LeBron and the Lakers. Okay, they've got Luka. I'll watch the first couple of games. I'll watch a game here or there, whatever. Having him back in the Eastern time zone, I think, matters a lot for the NBA. I do think it also makes the East far more compelling than it's been in these last couple of years. The Knicks won the title. The Knicks are the defending champion. They are in the Eastern Conference. I don't know. It almost felt like kind of a given that a team out of the West was going to win it. And I thought that the Spurs, prior to their series, prior to the way that the Knicks were just rolling through all of their opposition, even if it was lesser opposition, I still felt like the Spurs were the better team before that series end up playing itself out. And obviously the Knicks were. Philadelphia as a landing spot for him is so fascinating, though. Do you think people are going to root for him? Are people rooting for LeBron James? They didn't in Miami. They did when he went back to Cleveland, They rooted for him when he was at Cleveland, when he wasn't getting to the point that he needed to get to. I don't necessarily feel like people were strong one way or the other on him with the Lakers. Like there didn't seem to be any outright LeBron James malice the way that there was when he was a member of the Heat. But he also wasn't doing the press conference where he said not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7 titles in L.A. the way that he did in Miami, where it was a little more cocky. I don't know if people are going to root for him, if for no other reason than he's playing in Philly and people don't root for Philly.
Bingo. That is exactly where my mind went. Like, if he's playing in Philly, name a Philly team that people outside of Philly rally around.
Not one.
There isn't a single one. So even if
why they're the way they are.
Even if there is everyone hates us and we don't care,
Good.
right? That's their phrase. But even if there was a storyline that made you feel like LeBron was on his retirement tour, like no one has ever been receptive to a retirement tour. Who has ever left a retirement tour being more glazed than they were coming in? Like
Kobe.
Kobe. Definitely
That's
Kobe.
the list, though.
Potentially Chipper Jones. Chipper Jones also got a bunch of presents going out. But Coach K, when he did his, everybody the whole
we were
time
rooting for his downfall.
Yes.
Right? We were thrilled to see that UNC beat him not once but twice that season.
But he isn't saying that this is the final season. He just signed a 2-year deal. So that's
final decision.
But what a moment. Just an all-timer.
That's like the moment when you're having like a fun little house party because your buddy's parents are out of town, but then his parents come back home in the middle of it. You need to go home, everyone.
He's on a mic like he's hosting a Project X party. Please, everyone, nobody move.
I remember thinking when UNC won that game and ruined his farewell at Cameron Indoor and then beat them again in the Final Four in his last game ever, I was like, discontinue the rivalry. They should never play again. UNC won. They won the rivalry. It's over. I will always consider that rivalry belonging to UNC just because of how that happened.
V-Love tweets us an interesting one. People rooted for Allen Iverson when he was with the Sixers.
Yeah, AI. I mean, who didn't love AI?
I don't. It's going to take all our jobs.
Those damn data centers.
Can't take our jobs.
You don't think that they could feed your voice into an AI and say, all right, just spit out a Buck Rising show every day? Because you are sadly mistaken. It is very easy.
No, surely the AI thing would not say the kind of stupid things that I say.
No,
on a regular basis. I feel like I'm protected.
AI couldn't replace most jobs of broadcasters. It could replace you easily. Is Allen Iverson the most liked Philly athlete? Like everybody loved Allen Iverson.
Got to be up there, right? There's not an Eagles when you talk about like beloved nationwide players.
I mean, Jason Kelsey's everywhere. But.
I don't know. Did you feel like we were kind of force-fed Jason Kelsey? Like that seems to be something that...
we've definitely been force-fed.
The people on TV liked, and so now America will like this because we all like this.
I'm distracted because we got an email. Hattie B's is here.
Okay, so what's going on? Nobody told me we were getting Hattie B's today.
Well, you don't check your email, famously. If you check it literally once, you would see any of these things.
Why would I do that?
They've been literally in the works for about 3 days now.
So what's the occasion other than we love them and they love us and we love chicken?
God, Lucas, I don't even want to give away all the details.
Yeah, you don't care enough about them to check your email. So I don't know that you deserve any of what we're about to feast on here.
But it is new.
They are launching today a brand new...
Are we allowed to do this?
Yes.
No, I already saw an Instagram post about it. It's fair game.
They are launching a brand new...
Wait, breaking news.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Hit the sounder.
Breaking news.
Breaking sports news on 104.5 The Zone.
Proceed.
Hattie B's is launching a brand new dipping sauce called Hattie Q, a smoky, creamy, barbecue-y sauce.
Oh, my God.
They have been asked to create a barbecue sauce forever, and they listened. But they said, we're not going to just bring you a run-of-the-mill barbecue sauce that you can grab from any aisle in your grocery store. And a classic barbecue sauce doesn't exactly pair well with regular hot chicken. So Hattie B's knows this, and they thought ahead, and they came up with an answer. And we are about to try their smoky, creamy, barbecue-y sauce called Hattie Q.
It's on the way.
Dave's here with the
Dave has Hattie B's. We love Dave, but we love Dave even more today. This is
Thanks,
delightful.
Dave.
Look at this with this carrying case.
I love you, Dave.
Is this on camera? Oh, my God, it smells
No, it's
delightful.
not. You need to put it where
Do I
your
need
head
to move?
is.
Okay.
Can't
Just
wait.
scoot to the left.
No, I don't like... Oh, my headphones just fell out.
Back to the right.
Cannot wait.
Look at that bag, boy.
All right,
Somebody
let's go.
hadn't been as excited to see that bag since that Miami.
Got a break.
Coach.
Got a break.
cornbread croutons. Welcome back to the show. Fueled by Hattie B's hot chicken. All right. We got a tray of chicken. It's way too much chicken. Now, instead of doing...
No. There's never too much chicken. Don't say that. Take it back right now.
I take it back. We would normally take the leftovers and put them in the break room to share with the rest of the building. How many stations do we have in our building? It's like 4, 5, 4. 5? 5. Okay, very good. So there's 5 other radio stations in our building. And normally we would put the leftovers in the break room. Today we are not sharing, right? This is our chicken.
Yes, but I also do want everyone in this building to experience this new Hattie B's sauce.
They can lick the sauce. Lucas,
They can do what you
We keep the chicken to ourselves.
They can dip their fingers in the sauce and they can go about their day because this is our chicken.
Lucas opening his mic going, yes!
What?
Oh, you didn't even get to hear how you did it. I got to go pull it, dude. You, yes!
We are having Hattie B's today because we would have Hattie B's every day if they would let us. But we are having Hattie B's today because they have this new. What is the nature of the sauce?
So I'm eating it. It's incredible. I'm racking my brain trying to figure out how to even describe it. And I'm just thinking to myself, it's smoky, it's creamy, it's barbecue-y, which is exactly what Hattie B's
But it's not barbecue sauce.
sent to us. No,
I want to make sure that I'm clear on that.
no, but it's barbecue-y.
There is a barbecue flavor to the sauce.
Yes.
Barbecue,
I love
barbecue.
this.
A hint
Yes.
of barbecue.
Hattie B's is locally born and bred. The meat and 3 roots, for those who don't know,
Bishops.
from the Bishop family. And they created their now famous Hattie B's hot chicken. But
I love that you're talking so I can eat.
they listened to people. And people asked, what if you experimented with a barbecue sauce? But they didn't just go out and slap some generic barbecue sauce on there. They made their own. They got in the lab and they made a smoky, creamy, barbecue-y sauce. It's called Hattie Q. Yes. And it's fantastic.
It'll
It's
make you
so
say
good.
that.
Yeah,
It'll make you
it's
say
so
what?
good, man. I mean, you could dip the fries in it, dip the hot chicken in it, dip the southern chicken in it.
Dipping my bread in it.
Dip the bread in it. Oh, my goodness. It's addictive is what it is. What, did I just say that when Dave walked in?
No, this was, okay, so Buck was saying that we're not going to share this chicken, and I guess you were eating or something and didn't have your mic on yet, so Buck.
This is our chicken.
Yes. This is how.
I guess you couldn't hear yourself saying it. That's why it tickles me so.
No, I blacked out. As soon as I saw the chicken, I blacked out. Yes.
So people are asking that we show the sauce on camera. Well, it's in a sauce cup. So the sauce on camera. Okay, Robert is holding the sauce up.
There you go.
Golden color.
It is.
It is a golden, is liquid
beautiful.
gold is what
Yeah.
that's what it should be called. Liquid gold by Hattie B's.
I think that's probably copyrighted.
Why?
Isn't that Velveeta?
I think so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's Hattie Q. All right. They know what they're doing.
All right, I'll back off.
Hattie Q. I will say, every time I go there and it's like, do you want ranch or blue cheese? Like, sometimes I would like a third option. Like, I don't always want like a white. I don't have to have like ranch or blue cheese.
Well, they've
Like,
got their comeback sauce as well.
right,
Hattie B's.
but this is
Because
like
it's not comeback sauce.
No, this is a different thing entirely.
Because somebody in the chat is saying, I would imagine some sort of honey mustard barbecue concoction would pair well with the chicken. It feels like it's straddling that line.
I don't know, because I'm not a honey mustard guy, and I love this. This is fantastic. It's the way the smoky clashes with the cream or blends with the creamy that makes it just, I don't know. It's very,
What are we supposed to talk about?
I could drink this.
But then, I definitely could drink it. But then the heat from the chicken, like the hot chicken with
Yeah.
that is like a reprieve, but then you still get the heat afterwards. It's just killer.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I could definitely drink this.
Please don't choke on the chicken.
Yes.
How did you hit the button for the sound? You've got chicken in one hand
Yes.
and sauce in the other. Did you just press a button with your elbow?
We are so lucky to have Hattie B's everywhere you look in Middle Tennessee.
Oh,
like,
they're
do
the
not
best.
take it for granted. When people are coming from literally around the world this summer to try Hattie B's hot chicken and leaving blown away, we get to do this whenever we want.
That's right.
Whenever we want. Take a stroll if you live in East Nashville, down Gallatin. Order on the app, order on the website. Take a drive to West Nashville, Franklin, wherever it might be, at Geodis Park. We just have it right here in our backyard.
People are suggesting other radio personalities that we go and recruit to try the chicken. Is Crystal still here? Crystal has to have gone home by now.
No way.
She's gone.
Wait. Turn your microphone off if you're going to hack and wheeze
Is
like
this,
that.
I was answering you. Is this live for the public? Like, can if people out there listening to us right now, could they go to Hattie B's
Sauce
and
is
say,
fair game.
Okay,
Yeah, they posted about it on their social media channels.
Go get it.
you need to cancel whatever meeting you're in and whatever divorce court proceeding you're doing. Leave your job, family, and children and go to Hattie B's and try this. Wrecking traffic. Just cut people off. It does not matter. You need to get there now because this
Or-
is delicious.
Or mobile order.
I guess that could work too.
And don't ruin your life.
Yes. Buy it. Just get a bunch of extra ramekins of the sauce and put it on sandwiches. You can dip literally anything.
What is that word you just used?
a ramekin? It's like
It's like a little dish.
yeah, it's like the thing the sauce is, the container that you
Oh.
put the sauce in.
I was unfamiliar that these things had names. Very good. Thank you to Hattie B's, as always. HattieB.com.
Awesome.
Download the Hattie B app today, Hattie B's app today. If you mobile order for the first time, you get a free dessert. And not only do you get the best hot chicken in the world, you get rewards points for the best hot chicken in the world.
How do they keep
I'm
doing
sitting
this?
on a mountain of Hattie B's reward points.
I'm unsure how they make money because I feel like I order enough stuff that I have rewards every time. I don't think I've paid for Hattie B's in such a long time because my rewards keep piling. Yeah,
It's very
hopefully they
generous.
won't trade.
Calm down.
But like, how do they keep doing this? Because yes, it's hot chicken, and they do it better than anybody. But then they say, oh, we're going to do chicken and waffles. And the waffles are incredible. If you ever go to a Hattie B's on a Sunday, fantastic. They said, you know what? Let's dabble with breakfast. The hot chicken biscuit. Like, are you kidding me? The partnerships they make, the Drinking Buddy beer cheese was fantastic. Now venturing into the Hattie Q. They just keep trying new things and keep absolutely crushing them.
We would say the only bad decision making that they have done as a business is us, right? Is the association with us? It's
Maybe
really
you.
me.
Yeah, it could probably still be okay with me and Lucas, but maybe being associated with you is the only issue. They have got one of the best test kitchens in the world because, I mean, everything they test, everything they're like, okay, do you guys like this? It's like, yes, we
Yes.
love this. Stop making it go away.
Is there drugs in the chicken? Yes, more.
Like even that Joyland burger. Remember that Joyland burger
Yeah,
they
yeah.
did with them?
Did you
That
see
was
what happened at
killer.
Joyland though?
Oh, no. What happened?
They're just gone.
Shut up.
Look it up. Like something happened with their parent company, their parent hospitality company, and like from one day to the next, Joyland was fully operational. Then all of a sudden, like people are posting on the door of that East Nashville location that sorry, we're closed forever.
Permanently closed is what their Google profile says.
Yeah, no.
That
If you
is
look at
sad.
the details on it, it is kind of jarring. Honestly, it's like a company just shut down and didn't tell its employees until the day that they were shutting down.
July 12th.
I'm telling you, it just happened. I was just reading about it in the Nashville scene the other day.
Yeah, Pehaki's restaurant crisis reaches Nashville as Joyland locations close. That's crazy.
Yeah, because that's a national chain, Joyland, and we had gotten them fairly recently. So something happened with their parent company.
Something you never have to worry about with Hattie B's.
Never.
They'll never leave.
They will never leave you. 615-737-1045, the number if you want to come in. We would be happy to have you at any point. Wildest stories of the 2026 offseason, Lucas. What stories? I mean, we've had a number of. Are we still technically in the offseason? Is today still offseason? Coaches are in the building today. Everybody
Yes, for
else.
the vast majority of the general public. Like, we don't even have preseason games for a month. Yes.
I know people
Like, I
are
get
always
what you're
asking
saying.
me,
It's-
like, oh, football season's going to really take up your time in the fall. I'm like, no, it starts tomorrow.
Sure. Yes. For media, for coaches, for players, off season's over.
Yeah.
For fans, off season ain't over.
Fair
There's still a month without games.
Fair enough. That's a good point. So, are you including any of the stories that we've gotten today? Because today's been kind of a wild news cycle.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest on-field story, I guess, is Jacoby Brissett. And you were talking about possibly the worst team, the favorite to be the number one overall pick in the 2027
Miami
NFL draft.
would like a word, though.
No, but we talked about this. Like, that division separates it. Like, any sports book is going to have the Cardinals as the favorite to be the number one overall pick in the upcoming draft. Otherwise, Aaron Donald's return continues to be talked about. And he is, according to ESPN, going through a, quote, very strict, regimented process to decide whether he wants to unretire this season. That is from Sean McVay, who says if Donald does decide he wants to play, McVay says, we're going to try to be able to make that happen. So he obviously retired in March 2024. It's been over 2 calendar years since Aaron Donald played an NFL snap. But the trade for Myles Garrett immediately sparked conversation about the possibility of Donald coming back to the NFL to play alongside the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, one of the best quarterback sackers we have ever seen in the history of the game. But there is still no decision on it. McVay said he genuinely doesn't know what Donald is going to decide, but the door is obviously open if he decides to play football this year.
Don't take this as criticism, but are we doing wild stories the offseason or are we doing headlines? Because this is a headline.
Yeah, I mean, what's the wildest story of the offseason?
Vrabel and Rossini.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm confused, because there have been Myles Garrett.
yeah. Sorry,
Myles Garrett is a crazy.
The chicken clouded my mind. Is Vrabel, Diana, the wildest
Yes.
of the offseason? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it probably is.
What? Did you see him up there with the puppy?
Yeah. I mean,
So it's a thing that
they had done that.
Every team does it. Titans do it, right?
Yeah.
The Titans wear the shirts. I don't know if they outright bring dogs to the podium, but they wear shirts with adoptable.
But that's the
they've got
nature of it.
dogs.
Like anything Vrabel does like that. Oh, there's Vrabel at the podium with the puppy. Oh, Vrabel doing the PR thing. That's just how it's going to
Because
be.
it blew up.
Yeah.
It blew up, and I'm like, no, it's a thing that every NFL team does in partnership with the local humane society, or with some animal shelter organization that you promote adoptable pets on a day of training camp. Tannehill used to wear like T-shirts with a puppy and a name of the puppy on it, so you could look the dog up after you saw Tannehill wearing the T-shirt. Now, Vrabel bringing a live puppy up to the podium is new.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that trick before. But it's like one of those things, Lucas, you can't take him on school visits anymore, right? Like if you want to have Mike Vrabel read a story to children, can you take Mike Vrabel to a school and not have TMZ ruin it?
Is the teacher hot?
I think they're going to go about this business as usual, right?
Yes.
Like for them, that's the best way to do this. Just move forward.
Because in my mind,
They can't have every decision be impacted by, but what would TMZ say about this?
fair. Not football decisions, of course. Everything else, because it's more than just a football role, right? It's a community role. There are a number of front-facing elements of this beyond the football. But even the football, because that to me, I thought that was kind of the direction, and you tell me if you want to take this thing back on the rails, but this is the way that I was thinking about the topic. The wildest story of the offseason is that because of what it could mean for how he coaches. What was the Florio report right after it came out? He's not the same guy in the building.
Yeah, and that was in the immediate aftermath.
Sure. If they lose, or if they're not as good as people expect them to be right out of the gate, that pressure is going to mount. I know he's an individual that's online. I know he sees that stuff. I know that stuff gets back to him on a regular basis.
It knocks him down a peg, right? As Vrabel, like the most alpha dude that you've ever seen.
2-time coach of the year, 3-time Super Bowl champion, leader of men, tougher than you, stronger than you, whatever.
And for him to have multiple weeks where everybody's like, dude, what are you doing, man? Like, what are you doing? And the PR mess after the fact, like it just kind of knocks Vrabel down a few pegs to how he was, just with how much esteem he was held in.
Of course, but this is my larger football point with it. Do we think, yes or no, do we think that players will judge him for what happened? The answer to me is no.
No, they're just going to go to work.
No.
Yeah.
But will players judge him if they sense he's being inauthentic, Lucas? Because there's a difference, right? Vrabel organically has been that. The thing that when you talk to coaches, when you spend enough time around athletes, when you need things from athletes, and you're somebody who's constantly demanding more of them, right? I need more from you in this and more from you on that, and all these different things. The biggest way to lose those guys is what? Inauthenticity. If he's putting on at all in ways that are not true to what he has been his entire career, if it's no longer as organic for him to be able to lead in that way, then they'll sniff him out.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest stories of the offseason that could carry into the season. Now, it could be a complete non-factor, but I'm curious.
I don't think that will happen with Vrabel. Like, I understand in the immediate aftermath, I can't imagine what that was like for him personally.
Disaster.
Right? And that's with him not having the professional ramifications that Diana obviously had.
Yes.
But Vrabel being who he is, like I could see the football part just being an escape, like to just throw himself into that.
Oh, I'm certain.
Yeah.
But
I doubt that'll be a big issue.
But just quickly, and this may be, I don't want to spend much more time on this. Football was his escape. Like, he used to joke about sleeping on blow up mattresses in the facility and eating Chinese food with Stretch on Thanksgiving. Now he has to go home. Now he has to have a bigger commitment to that in the football season. So I don't think he can just duck his head under the football and hope that this is all going to go away around him. I think it's going to be more of a balance than it's ever been. Anyway.
Well, that was the wildest story, like writ large, of the NFL offseason. On the field.
Before we move away, I can't believe you guys didn't talk about this with the dog. I think this is the biggest issue I have with the entire thing about the dog coming out. Why is he so stinking awkward while petting this dog? Have you guys watched the video?
No.
He literally touches the ear like this is an exotic pet. He will not pet this dog proper. He is literally just pulling on this dog's ear the entire time.
Hey, maybe the dog likes that.
Okay, maybe, but give him some head scritches. Get underneath the jaw.
That's what Leo likes.
Yeah,
under the jaw for sure. But that's a cat.
But
Cats are different.
Look at he just keeps touching that one ear. It's like, dude, do you not know how to interact with a dog?
You ever pet a dog before?
It's like it's just touching the ear, like.
Yeah,
I don't. But I just saw
he
it.
does. Yeah, he's just kind of like toying with the ears.
Mike, touch that dog.
No, he's doing what he does instead of a microphone, he does this with all of our little recorders. Instead of fidgeting with the microphones up there, he doesn't know what to do with his hands. He's fidgeting with the ear.
That wasn't the only PR stunt that was pulled that day, by the way. One of the reporter's daughters was also, it was like bring your daughter to work day or something, I guess. So Mike always gives
your daughter to work day.
Gives the first question to, here it was Teresa, there.
Karen.
So it was Karen's daughter, and he gave Karen's daughter, Olivia, the first question of the press conference. It's like, okay, how much schmoozing could we possibly do? How much schmoozing?
That's who he's always been. Like that's more like devil type of stuff.
Any other kids in the press want to ask a question? Yes, I did go to Taylor Swift's wedding with my wife, of whom I love.
Did you guys ever see, because we all remember the line, I can't remember what game it was after, where he snapped on Gentry Estes, because Gentry said something about, losing, or how hard is the losing?
Yeah, bleeping sucks.
He whips around and says, the losing effing sucks, Gentry. There was some edit they did this here in Tennessee where they had like kid reporters ask Vrabel a question. And so he was fielding a question from the reporter, and then it cut over to the Gentry answer.
We started by talking about the possibility of Aaron Donald coming back. If that does happen, that will be one of the wildest offseason stories in the NFL.
But by nature of a story, like the story that sets it in motion is the wild part.
Which on the field, the Garrett trade was the biggest news of the NFL offseason. Right? Like it's not even, I don't even know what a close second
AJ was the more talked about story, but that's because Myles Garrett kind of popped up and we were like, what?
Yeah.
Although I don't know. Did you push back on me when I said that this was a thing that was still worth talking about?
What?
Because there was a Myles Garrett getting traded. Because I remember you and I having a conversation. I can't remember if you were pushing back on the idea that Myles Garrett was going to get traded. I'm not trying to do a gotcha segment with you or something like that. But I remember talking about this because Andrew Berry was being asked about it at owners' meetings. And at a certain point, it's just like, it's not happening. They're not trading Myles Garrett.
You weren't even doing the shows at owners' meetings.
Yeah, I did.
Breaking sports news on 104.5 The Zone.
What now?
Breaking news, Buck does his job. Just kidding. He wouldn't do that. Colts quarterback Daniel Jones was on Pat McAfee, and he let everyone know he is fully cleared from his torn Achilles he suffered in December, and he will be on the field for the start of training camp this week.
How the hell is that? Like the Mahomes thing I almost get, because apparently he has no restrictions in training camp. Did you guys see that?
Did you see his leg?
Yeah.
He looks like a gnawed-on chicken bone.
Yeah.
Talking about
Mahomes.
Yeah. I'm sure Daniel Jones looks equally gnawed.
But that's an Achilles. I don't want to say he shouldn't be out there because obviously I don't know his medical stuff and I'm not a
If he's cleared, he's cleared.
Yeah, I know. But Kevin Durant was cleared and then blew his Achilles out again.
I don't think they would clear him for the non-contact portion of training camp if he wasn't good to go. Like, it's not like you have to have him out there right now. Yeah, if he's clear, he's clear.
Are Achilles going to be less than a year, like routinely?
I think Achilles, it was like a 20-year journey if you're talking about like the Odyssey, but like Achilles didn't even make it to go on that. But like I think once the movie dies down, we're not going to have like an Achilles every year. I don't think that's going to be a big deal.
Oh, man.
That's a pity laugh from him. He didn't know what you were doing.
Let's take this call.
For the first 30 seconds
Holland
of that
is on.
diatribe.
Eric Holland is
No,
on.
it's
Erling.
it's Harland.
Who?
We say it
No,
correctly.
the American
here.
Holland would be Eric. Eric Harland from Bellevue is our
That's who
version
he-
of Erling Haaland.
That's who he is now.
His name is Harland.
Hello, Harland.
Hi, Harlan.
Hey guys, what's up?
Not much.
So, interesting thing with Hattie B. So, I came to Nashville in the early 90s and got turned on to Princess Chicken and loved the whole hot chicken thing, was doing the chicken festivals. When Hattie B's opened in Midtown, we went right after they opened, and they originally did not have Shut the Cluck Up. Their hottest heat level was damn hot, and we were eating in the restaurant, and Nick was there, Nick Bishop, and I think Stephen, his son, was there as well. And they were just walking around the tables because it was new,
Well,
asking
they're both
everybody
Nick.
about it.
They're both Nick Bishop. There's senior and
That's
junior.
right. That's right. I don't know where I got Stephen from.
No, you're
but
fine.
They came to the table, and I said, Nick, you're going to have to find a level hotter than damn hot. I said, there are a lot of heat freaks in Nashville with this hot chicken, and Princess has got that triple X. And I think you're going to have to find another spice level above damn hot. And sure enough, a few weeks later, when we went back, they had added Shut the Cluck Up. We ordered it. Nick was there then as well. I ate it. Nick came by. He remembered me, and he goes, I said, buddy, you found the mark. I said, Shut the Cluck Up. We'll find the mark for the heat freaks in Nashville.
Appreciate
Look
the
at
call.
that. Harland, a part of Hattie B's lore. I love that.
Oh, is that him?
I think he's kind of
Claiming credit?
taking some credit. Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
I didn't get that from him. You think he's like, and that's when I met Michael Jordan. And I was like, you need to perfect your jump shot. You really need to work on your.
The one thing.
I talked to Tom Brady and I said, you may not be the best football player, you may not, but you got to be the smartest.
It's the strawberries, Tom. It's the strawberries that are keeping you from being a champion.
They're killing you.
I
They're
remember
slowly killing you.
telling Tiger Woods, Tiger, one woman is not enough. You need more. And also, how about a red shirt? I think a red shirt would really bring it out. Harland, the genesis of all things good.
Shout out Harland.
That's fine.
Great story.
I'll give him credit where if that is indeed the case.
But I feel like that is
the moral of the story is ask Hattie B's and you shall receive.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like that is like a common theme. People asked for barbecue sauce, so they made their own barbecue-y Hattie Q sauce. People asked for the Shut the Cluck Up. They gave the Shut the Cluck Up. It's what they do.
All right. Very good. 615-737-1045, the number. More phone calls next. Welcome back to the show, fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken, the only hot chicken, the best hot chicken in the world. Now with sauce. I mean, they've always had sauces, always had options, but this sauce, it's called the Hattie Q.
Hattie Q.
Ooh.
A smoky, creamy, barbecue-y sauce that goes well with any of Hattie B's hot chicken or fries.
I feel like it's important for me to say it's not barbecue sauce.
It's barbecue-y.
It's barbecue-y. Available at every Hattie B's location near you. 615-737-1045 is how you jump in. We've talked about a number of different things. It's been all over the place. Today, we do have Titans training camp. So tomorrow, I will go to the press conference at 9:45, and then I'll come back to the show. Do we want anybody from Titans Media on the show tomorrow? Maybe talk a little press conference, preview training camp?
Ooh, what's that handsome guy's name?
Nick Suss?
Yes, that's who I would like. I didn't know who you were going to say to that, but I'm glad it was Nick. I would love Nick on the show. I think Nick does a really good job. I love his writing more than anything.
His writing is excellent.
But I also...
And his nerd brain. He has nerd brain.
He has such a... Like, the same way we were talking about Lucas talking about soccer, I feel the same way about Nick Suss. He can explain very big brain football concept ideas to a regular person without sounding like a know-it-all or like a big nerd. He just sounds like a fun guy that, like, if you don't know something, he's the guy that tutored you in college that you were like, oh, my God, Nick's booked up. I'm going to fail this test.
So I will see if anybody is available to come hang out with us after the press conference. So it's going to be Saleh and Borgonzi to open training camp. And then for some reason, I'm not going to complain about more access than less, but they're going to put Saleh out there again on Wednesday. But I believe that's before practice.
That's kind of nice, though, because that would let you... never mind.
Before practice.
Yeah.
If it was after practice, I would agree with you. But they stopped... I don't know how long it's been since we've done coaching press conferences after practices. I think that's something that went away a long time ago for the purposes of PR techniques. But training camp will be upon us. I mean, it is upon us. It is training camp week. We will be out there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I will be out there Saturday. Of course, we have no show on Saturday, but there will be Titans coverage from now until the end of the season. Nashville SC lost for the first time in a while.
Yep, ends a 6-game win streak, and Nashville picks up the loss at Orlando Saturday, 1-0. They have been limping. They are just ravaged by injuries at the moment, and Orlando is a team that is a bit resurgent after an awful first half of the year. They had a big signing in the summer with Antoine Griezmann, incredibly accomplished player from Europe coming over, bringing a spark to the attack, and ultimately Nashville unable to overcome their absences. So it's a team that had a 7-week break and then got thrown into a 3 games in 1 week stretch, missing a lot of key players. So in a way, they were probably due to end up on the losing end, especially on the road against a rival. But they do remain at the top of the league at this point. Inter Miami on their heels, 2 points back of Nashville at the top of the East and at the top of the league standings. So again, that matchup looming August 15th, potentially Messi's first game back post-World Cup, could be massive, massive towards the Supporter Shield race, which is the trophy that goes to the team that finishes at the top of the league standings.
So I know they're not doing timelines, and they can do injuries the way that hockey does, right? Where they say upper body, lower body,
lower
they're very
body,
nebulous about it. Do we have a general sense of when they may get back to fuller strength?
I'm not sure when Christian Espinoza is going to work his way back into the lineup. That was an injury that was picked up during the World Cup break. Patrick Yazbek injured his quad all the way back in May.
During the World Cup break? Like training during the World Cup break?
Espinoza, during the World Cup break, picked something up.
That sucks.
Yazbek got hurt during a pregame warm-up in Mexico during CONCACAF Champions Cup back in early May, and so he is still out, and BJ always said it was going to be longer term for him.
Because he had a chance to play for the Australian team?
Yes,
right?
He had a great shot to be on the Aussie national team for the World Cup and was, just gutting for him to lose that opportunity due to injury. But they did bring in a new signing, Elias Saad, who has experience in the German First Division, who has World Cup experience playing for Tunisia. And for him, it's about getting his work visa settled. And as soon as that is done and dusted, he should be able to join this team and bring a spark in the attack in the wide areas and be a difference maker. So it's a matter of, can they get back Christian Espinoza due to injury, or can they go ahead and get Elias Saad into the mix after signing him from Augsburg on loan? So that's a thing that only applies to soccer, where you sign a player on loan. So you have that player for this season, but he still belongs to his parent club, essentially, which is FC Augsburg in Germany. So unless there's an option to buy somewhere at the end of that loan, you have this player to help you for a stretch run, and then he goes back to that club. And it's a way for clubs to ship players off that maybe aren't ready to be in the lineup yet, or they want to get minutes elsewhere and continue to develop, but you want to retain their rights to help you down the road. So hopefully Nashville can benefit from that with the likes of Elias Saad, who they announced last week.
Is there something to the idea that they struggle after breaks like this? Somebody in the comment section is saying Nashville SC post break ... every time. Because obviously there's not a World Cup break every year, but I know there is some level of layoff.
Yeah,
All-Star break.
They have had sort of come downs after deep runs outside of MLS play. So if we remember that Leagues Cup run a couple of years ago where Messi had arrived and suddenly Nashville made that crazy run to the final, played Miami, Nashville wasn't as deep as they are now, and all the emotional energy that gets expended in that run to the final, you're playing all these extra games, you're playing knockout round games. Nashville really struggled after reaching that Leagues Cup final when they returned to MLS play. Last year, after reaching and winning the U.S. Open Cup final to win the first trophy in club history, when they returned to MLS regular season play, the results started to suffer, which is why this year there was such an intention to create that sort of depth. But coming off this break, even though they haven't been playing, they're rusty. And a lot of teams are rusty, and they're dealing with a lot of injuries at the same time. So that kind of finally bit them on Saturday. The good news for Nashville is they get a little bit of time off here, and they don't play another game until DC United August 1st, but they'll at least get the whole week. They go on the road to DC this Saturday, and then they go into Leagues Cup. So Leagues Cup will get layered into the MLS regular season where Nashville will get a chance to play some Mexican teams. But it's just a team that needs to get healthy, that needs to integrate its new signings, get healthy, and hopefully get back to that level we saw them going into the World Cup break.
A story in college football that has the ability to impact every program in the country broke earlier today. We'll get to that coming up next.
12:01, good afternoon from the Circa Sports at the Mint Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Lucas Panzica. Titans training camp gets underway this week. Vets report to Vanderbilt Health Football Center tomorrow. Practice gets underway on Wednesday. In NFL news, the Cardinals are giving quarterback Jacoby Brissett a reworked contract that gives him $15.5 million, up to $21 million this season. That ends Brissett's holdout. In college football news, UNC football GM Michael Lombardi has been placed on administrative leave. No other info has been provided from UNC. Pete Thamel reporting that it stems from an HR complaint out of the football office. For all your foundation repairs and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Welcome back to the show. We're happy to have you. The final hour is underway. We are literally fueled today by Hattie B's hot chicken. Ross came in here and took some of your chicken. Hattie B's is for everybody.
I'm not really
Lucas
happy
said it
about
correctly.
it. I'm not really happy bee about it.
I don't know if Lucas is listening to this.
We don't have to talk about this.
You sure? I feel it's helpful when we talk about our problems together in public. It's group therapy. You don't think it helps?
I don't know. It's just discouraging.
Who are you telling? You kidding me? Anyway, Ross came in here and stole some of the chicken.
Which is not good because you guys ever read, famous story, tale as old as time. If you give a mouse a cookie. So we
Yes.
gave Ross a piece of chicken. So now what happens? If you give Ross a piece of chicken, other people are going to smell and go, what's that sauce? And then all of a sudden, Zach Lyons is walking in there going, oh, let me get a piece of chicken. Oh, and then Blaine's like, oh, you didn't save me any chicken? And then everybody all of a sudden, it's like, oh, this is the food that we were going to take home. And it is all of a sudden bread.
No, we will actually save some chicken for Blaine because every time we get Hattie B's and Blaine walks in here, he's like, where's mine? Today we have chicken for you, Blaine.
Where's my Eurofix?
Where's your Porsche?
Let me get
You go to Eurofix.
Cheyenne drives an Aldi, so you can. I said Aldi, like the grocery store, not Audi.
Like, is she riding around a cart?
You got to put a quarter in it every time she brings it
Next
home.
thing you know, Aldi's going to be having very affordable cars.
When I was in Germany this summer and I saw an Aldi's in Germany, I was
Or
like, what?
Lidl. It's not an Aldi. It's a
No,
Lidl.
it is. It says Aldi.
Oh, well, you didn't go to their version of Aldi, which is Lidl.
No, Aldi is a European
Well, it's a
company.
German
Yeah.
company.
Lidl is a German grocery store, which we do not have in Nashville. We have them in North Carolina. If you look it up, Lidl.
Yeah. No, but that is a totally different thing from Aldi. Aldi is
Also a German grocery chain.
Not German, maybe European.
isn't it
as
like
a whole.
Swedish?
I thought it was German.
It is German.
No, it's not.
It is German.
It's not the real one. It's the where they broke the wall down. It's the fake Germany. Mr. Gorbachev, put that quarter back in that cart.
You guys ever seen those people that make those giant grocery carts that they put a motor in and ride around in? I always wanted to do that. It looks so fun.
One, I never thought you would engage in such redneckery as that. And two,
Buddy, I used to know, I know you don't believe me, but there was a time in my life where I had to do manual labor and lived on 25 acres and reflected as such. I had Carhartts, for God's sakes. Not like the people that wear the Carhartts to be fashionable now, like actual chainsaw Carhartts.
mine were actually had grass stain on them where I fell running inside.
Maybe I rubbed some grass into it to look like I was doing something. But
Should we use this opportunity to crowdsource our issues? You
Sure.
have one, I have one. Would you like to start the proceedings?
you are now, since you are soliciting free things, you have somebody offering you free break discounts.
Excellent. I love
So the
that.
exact thing that you're not supposed to do with a radio platform, Robert is doing.
I will not
to
do
his
that.
benefit.
I am not plugging or payola-ing anyone. I'm not saying that user's name, but I will be in contact. Okay,
And
Buck,
thank you for the offer.
Buck needs assistance with something else in his life. Like many things in his life, this is in disrepair. Buck, you have needs of a blacksmith?
Yeah. Need a blacksmith. So, Lucas, you've done several European trips in your life. You've been to Spain or no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The first time I went to Spain, we toured the Alhambra. Are you familiar with the Alhambra?
Refresh my memory.
The Alhambra is a military fortress. Spain has a lot of Muslim influences in their background during the. I'm blanking on what. I know it best because of Assassin's Creed. What is the period of time?
Renaissance?
No. Where they're. Oh my God! It's gonna make. We're gonna sound so.
The Crusades?
The Crusades. I sound so stupid not knowing the Crusades on the air. But the Alhambra, famous military fortress in Spain, and we visited. And they have...
Mad boring, dog. Mad boring. Appreciate you, man, for the story, but it's mad boring, man.
We should do that to each other more.
You are losing me.
That's fair.
I need to pull it.
Long story short, I bought an authentic sword, or my parents bought an authentic sword when I was like 6 at the Alhambra because they have a blacksmith. They make swords.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you could take home a sword. So this, I'll show you pictures of it.
What, do you need it restored or something?
Well, my middle school buddies, because what do you do when a middle schooler gets a hold of a sword?
Play with it.
They do dumb things with the sword, and this sword is actually, functional. One of my buddies took the sword, stuck it in the ceiling of a pole barn that we had, and then let it go, and the sword was hanging there for a period of time until the sword wasn't. So the sword comes crashing down to the ground, handle shatters. So now I have the sword, and I'm finally getting around to how the hell do I replace a sword handle authentically made?
You're lucky.
Spain.
You're lucky. The only thing that was damaged was a ceiling and the sword itself, and not one of you.
We got lucky. We got super lucky. But I have this sword, so I called Robert the other day because, who the hell else am I going to call if I need something and I have no idea?
And he's blacksmiths in the area.
Well, he said we need a blacksmith. I go, are people still blacksmithing? And in 2026, that sounds like something that was done in revolutionary times.
I think it's just called smithing now.
Okay.
I don't know.
So, if you can fix a sword, it's not the sword, it's the handle of the sword. We are in need of your assistance. Yeah, because I've got all the pieces and parts.
Just do it yourself. Watch a video or something. ChatGPT it.
Yeah, how do I fix this sword? First off, the fact that you're asking that means that you're thinking proactively. I love ChatGPT's positive self-talk. It's like, dude, I don't need your help. I'm just asking what the better cracker is.
Great question.
First off, what an insightful question. You really know your stuff.
How often are you using ChatGPT?
All the time. Unfortunately, I waste a ton of water. What oven temperature do you cook this at? I could easily Google it, but I really have a relationship with my ChatGPTer now.
What temperature do you cook what at?
Oh, it depends.
Anything.
What do you want to know? I'll ask him.
Oh, okay.
He knows all of it.
No, I would like for you to
save the
stop
water.
using the ChatGPT stuff.
So Buck needs a blacksmith.
Need a blacksmith.
If you are out there and you own a hammer and an anvil, we would like for you to clang and bang on Buck's local sword.
Have you ever seen an actual anvil? I've never seen an anvil.
Oh, yeah. My dad's best friend is a blacksmith.
Oh. Can your dad's best friend do it?
Oh, Franco. Clay, get her the backbone splitter. I don't know. I'd have to call him.
Okay, very good.
Okay, so back to me.
What else do you need?
Because
you're offering this information because you actually need something and you're just using me as a front.
Yes. I need a metal detector. I have been arguing with people on Facebook Marketplace.
When did we turn into the classifieds as a radio
Yeah, what is going on?
I would love to host a swap shop version of this show. Call us up. You got a lawnmower, chicken house, anything you need sold, we'll save it for you. I need a metal detector. I've been arguing with people online about this. Everyone seems to think that they have the metal detector that found that diamond that fell out of the Titanic or something. I don't need some fancy highfalutin thing. I just want to go metal detecting on the beach, find someone's engagement ring, realize she's my long-lost love, leave Cheyenne, go with her, find out her parents are rich, live in the islands, don't have to worry about anything. So if you'd like to...
That's all.
That's it. It's a minor ask, small ask.
You're going to the beach for your birthday?
I am going to the beach.
When is your birthday?
August 4th. I will be here on my actual birthday.
Oh, that's disappointing.
It's okay. I guess I could be spending it with worse people.
Yeah.
Could be Nah, I can't really think anybody was. But if you've got a metal detector out there and it's collecting dust, and every time you walk past it, you yell at your husband, "Hey, you need to get rid of this. This is clogging up the garage."
Whose voice is that?
They're evil wife number 2. Just it's not my Cheyenne voice. Let me know. Hit me up, because I will buy that metal detector from you. I just don't want to drive to Greenbrier to do it.
You couldn't find it on Facebook Marketplace? Because every morning when I walk in, you two are doing one of two things. You are looking at whatever Robert found on Facebook Marketplace, or you're watching movie trailers. There's really no in between.
I need a metal detector.
Like, Lucas, what are you watching on your phone right now as you pretend? Well, you're not even pretending to be interested in the conversation.
No, I was just looking at my background. Checking the time.
Just watching.
Checking the time.
See, 12, 11. Turning 12 now. 12.
Very good. We can get you a metal detector for your birthday.
Where the hell do you buy a metal detector at?
It doesn't like a Home Depot have a metal detector?
Probably. You could find it online pretty easily, I would think.
The fact that you're having trouble finding this one thing is shocking to me.
The problem is I don't want to find an easy one, or like one that I have to pay for. I want to find an easy one that I can get discounted because someone doesn't like it.
Okay, well, if I'm offering to get the thing for your birthday, why don't you just pick one that you want?
Yeah, why don't you just give me the cash? And then I go buy it from someone else for less than that and pocket the difference.
Because
that's
for some
how
reason
I think.
don't give other people cash. You'll buy drugs.
Entrepreneurial.
Dadgummit, Grandma, stop giving me cashier checks. Stop giving me gift cards to Applebee's. I'm not going to spend it on weed, I promise.
Lucas is so desperate to get this back to sports. What do you want?
Do you remember how Adam Silver was holding off on the schedule because of LeBron?
Yeah.
Front Office Sports is reporting that the 76ers are expected to get the maximum amount of national TV games allowed after signing LeBron James. I love the wording. The maximum amount allowed.
So how many is allowed? It doesn't matter. All of them.
So they are expected to play a prominent role during tentpole events like opening week and Christmas Day, which the Sixers often do anyway, but now they are maxing it out.
Did you watch NBA on Christmas Day this year? Because all 3 of those NFL games were
terrible,
garbage, and I watched all of them.
They were almost all eliminated from playoff contention.
I think there was one team that was still one of the 6 teams competing on Christmas Day, if I remember correctly. The Texans, I think, were still in it.
No, I'll have stuff on Christmas Day, but Christmas Day is the one time that, like, Megan and my loved ones are like, can we please not, like, just watch games today? It's
really?
literally
Your family
Christmas.
guilt you?
Yeah. Can this be the one day that we, like, can we put a Christmas movie on and not, Lions, whoever? Like, yeah, all right.
Why do you care about this game? No, I don't. I don't care at all about this game.
So why are you watching it? Well,
what you do.
All right, so let's turn it off. Well, don't turn it off.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe just turn it down a little bit. Jeez,
No.
Don't go crazy.
That is like my life. Who do you want to win this game? I don't know. I don't have a preference. Okay, can we change it? No, change it.
To what?
What are you talking about?
615-737-1045 is the number. If you would like to participate, you are welcome to do so. Let's start with Jay in Murfreesboro.
Buck.
Yes.
And Buck and the boys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey, the other day you were talking about Jordan, the Jordan. You were talking about, when he went to the Wizards, he was a shell of himself.
Mm-hmm.
And that really, I wish I could have got to the phone to you then, but I just wanted to understand what you meant by that. I thought maybe you didn't have enough knowledge about that or something.
How do you mean in terms of like the performer?
Performer, just everything, yeah. Bottom line, performer, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I appreciate the call. No, I mean, it was my saying that was the only time that I got to see Michael Jordan live was when he was with the Wizards, and he was a shell of himself when I got to watch him play live on that particular day. Now, I'm sure that he had moments that still were reminiscent of it. I think we talked about how many different stints of like off-court things that Michael Jordan was doing between his gambling situation, the baseball stuff that he tried out, and then by the time he got around to the Wizards, it obviously wasn't the same. I didn't think that was a controversial thing to say.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend I remember it because I was a small child.
It's my only memory of Michael Jordan, like real life memory other than Space Jam and YouTube, is I saw him play when we lived in Alexandria, Virginia. We went into the city to watch a Washington Wizards game, and they were terrible.
How many points do you think he averaged in each of his 2 years in Washington? Michael Jordan.
I already saw it.
Okay, Robert knows.
15.
Year 1 in Washington, 22.9.
Okay.
Year 2, 20. He averaged 5.7 rebounds, year 1, 5.2 assists, 6.1 rebounds, and 3.8 assists.
Pretty good.
It's not bad. He was
Pretty
an
good.
all-star both years.
Pretty good. Relative to who he had been for the rest of his career, though. Okay, how about, that was like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago we were having that conversation.
They were terrible, right?
Thank you for calling back, by the way. Appreciate that.
Did they make the playoffs in either of those years?
I wouldn't pretend to remember. Brandon says, "Damn, Buck, you're young, and I'm the oldest one of the three of us." Matthew is in Franklin.
Hey, good afternoon, gentlemen. Back to the whole sword.
Yes.
There's a franchise on the History Channel, Forged in Fire, where they make knives. But locally in Franklin, can I say a name?
Sure.
A gentleman named Nick Garman. Garman made knives. He makes them from scratch, handles, hilts. He made me a boot knife with a giraffe bone handle. That's a work of art. So check him out on Facebook. Garman Made. He'll fix your sword.
Thank you so much.
All right,
How about that?
Here we are.
What about a metal detector,
No,
Matthew?
that's my
Come on,
problem.
now, who hung up on him?
He hung up. He was done with us because he had helped me in my time of need. Thank you, Matthew.
You don't even remember that guy's name.
Matthew, eat it.
You don't remember the guy he said's name.
In Franklin. I'm going to figure it out. We have a podcast. I was having trouble hearing him, so I couldn't exactly hear what he said, but I heard Franklin and I heard giraffe bone handle.
And I thought you said Garmin. Garmin Made.
It's possible. But anyway, I will review the tape of the podcast and I will seek this place out in Franklin. Thank you for your help.
I also found you can get metal detectors from Home Depot.
That hot tub you sent me,
Did you get it? That's might be do it, dude.
I put an offer in.
That's a might be do it. Because as soon as I saw that it was clean,
I want to go see it.
it fully
but I put
works.
an initial offer in.
Oh, we're about to have so much fun at Buck's house.
You're not getting in the hot tub.
No, that's a finder's fee. I get a finder's fee for that. That means I get to put one of my fat little piggies in that hot tub.
1 foot? No, your feet are the
that's
thing I
5
want.
piggies. I was only going to put my pinky toe
The
in it.
feet are what I want in the hot tub least because that's where the most amount of croc bacteria exists.
Okay, I can put my ass in, but not my feet.
No, I think I'm just going to hold you head under. Like, I'm going to drown you in the hot tub.
You're allowed to put your forehead in the hot tub.
All right. We'll talk about this Stanford football story that is relevant to every college football program in the country coming up next. All right, you want to talk some actual sports instead of chicken? And I mean, we can always talk about chicken, but we should talk about some sports today too. It's football season for all intents and purposes. I know it may not feel like it for you out there just yet, but we're going to make it feel like it. Feel like that when we're at training camp for the remainder of the week, starting on Wednesday. Press conferences tomorrow. Robert Saleh and Mike Borgonzi. I'll be there at 9:45, and then I'll scurry on back and do the rest of the radio show. We'll talk about what they had to say. Set the table for an upcoming training camp for the Titans. I'm looking forward to joint camp. The fact that we get the Seahawks and the Bears here and go to San Francisco is a lot of fun. I'm going to enjoy that part of it. But to be able to have Caleb Williams and Cam Ward on the same, not on the same practice field, but to kind of see
It'd be fun.
the juxtaposition of the two of them,
It'd be really fun.
I'm looking forward to that a lot. So
And some good defensive tests for this O-line and Cam Ward.
which is why J.C. Latham needs to get his ass out there when he's healthy. And obviously he knows that, and they know that, and we all know that. But like the Latham thing, nobody's going to be upset about Amani Hooker starting camp on PUP, right? It's okay if people are a little rankled by the idea that J.C. Latham's not going to be ready to go to start training camp. And again, we don't know how long he's expected to miss. He may not even miss a padded practice. But everything that J.C. Latham does in training camp this season, it's of huge consequence. He can cash in a huge way if he gets this right.
I mean, that's the biggest non-Cam Ward storyline of training camp, right, is the offensive line.
Femi's in there somewhere. The offensive line.
Femi's in there somewhere, but they addressed a lot about that front seven, and they drafted one of the first round. They got Jermaine Johnson. Right.
Options.
The offensive line is 1B, right? Like, it has to be. I look forward to...
I could even argue 1A for how it impacts Cam.
Sure, absolutely. But we play this game every year. We've done it a lot with Titans training camps in recent years, but trying to ride that line and ask that question of, and I feel like we're going to do it in this training camp, is the Titans defensive line going to be that good, or is the Titans offensive line going to be that bad, right? Is it going to be one of the two extremes, or is it going to be really more down the middle, which is usually the answer, but feels like we're going to have that question a lot with what they have on the defensive line, with Jeffrey Simmons and John Franklin Myers teeing off on some of the lack of depth on this Titans offensive line, especially with J.C. Latham out of the picture early on.
Yeah, I don't want to predetermine anything, but I'm gonna operate with the assumption that defensive front is better than that offensive line, and
yes,
we will see evidence of that with regularity. But to your point,
it can be so one-sided that you find yourself of two minds as a Titans fan. Like, oh, this is really exciting, but this is also very concerning. So which is it more?
The last couple of years, every time we've done this, it's been right.
Yes, absolutely. So
and the defense hasn't even been good. Like the disappointing part is that the defense has not been any damn good.
That's what I'm saying. It's like that's it. That's always,
like, oh my God, this front must be amazing. No, Andre Dillard just sucks.
Right. That's always one of the toughest things to figure out. Arden Key is really working this tackle that they got.
You leave that sweet baby angel alone. He did so much heavy lifting for us the last couple of years.
On the show, we're talking about Titans football.
Not as a football player.
So that, I feel like, is going to be the ultimate question, ultimate non-Cam Ward question we'll be trying to figure out during camp.
Are they good? Are they bad? Is the defense good? No, Seattle's the one to watch as far as that offensive line being tested by a championship caliber defense that is literally a championship caliber defense. So this Stanford story. So Stanford football players, why would you care about Stanford football players in Middle Tennessee? Well, I'm going to tell you. They formed a campus chapter of the College Football Players Association. So what is that? It makes the Cardinal. Why are they the Cardinal singular? Because it's a tree, right?
Yeah, it's a tree. It's not Cardinals.
Yeah. Making the Cardinal the first team to partner with the organization, which aims to eventually unionize college athletes. So nobody is petitioning to form a union yet. Nobody has been deemed an employee yet. And that's, Lucas, the biggest sticking point, right? The employee label for college athletes, not just football players, but college athletes. But this is a huge announcement that does mark a step in that direction, a step towards building out the structure that I think eventually we have to have for college athletics. You would agree with this as a college sports fan, as a college football fan. unionization is almost inevitable. Labeling them as employees is almost inevitable.
It's the only way, right? Like to have any sort of
It has to be.
guardrails, structure, the only way is a CBA. And I'm not smart enough to know how much more difficult that is in a system where players, now with the new NCAA rules, get churned out every 5 years. You have 5 years for your college career, and then you're gone. No more 8th, 9th year seniors. How much harder is that to pull off when it's not the NFL or the NBA, where
So much
you can
harder.
have Jalen Reeves-Maben has been part of the NFLPA for how many years at this point? Like, he's been in the league for about a decade. You don't have that in college. Like, so what do you do about player representatives, right? Guys have 1 to 2 year stints before they move on to the NFL or whatever they're doing post-college.
God forbid they transfer. Yeah, it's...
I mean, they could transfer and still be part of the
Now,
PA.
locker rooms still do this, right? Like Logan Ryan was the union rep for a couple of years. Dennis Kelly was the union rep for a couple of years. And neither of them were here for an overwhelmingly long amount of time, but they served those positions don't have term limits necessarily. This is a good thing, I think, ultimately, in getting college athletics to a stable spot. Now, how much longer it takes for everybody else to move in this direction, how much are universities going to lobby against unionization? How much are athletic departments going to lobby against unionization is going to be curious here. I don't know what Stanford's administrative position is on the subject. But it's a huge step towards building out that structure for college athletes to collectively bargain like pro athletes, which is a crazy thing to say. But, Lucas, I don't know how you look at them as anything but employees.
Yeah. 100%. No, this is a big step forward. I mean, this is the first time ever that you have a chapter, so to speak, of the College Football Players Association. So it's interesting. It's like they're basically approaching it like a fraternity, but they want it to serve as the foundation
Something actually
for a
productive as
players
opposed to,
union across college football.
Mixer parties or whatever the hell else you do in a frat. This for the purposes of the SEC. Let's talk about this within the context of the SEC. Say the SEC, what's the biggest pro in the SEC splitting off from the NCAA?
You get to govern
if they
yourself.
ever decide to. They get to govern themselves.
Yeah.
So they get to handle things like a collective bargaining negotiation with a much smaller segment of the population with much more aligned needs, right? The needs of the SEC athlete will not be, completely the same to a man, but it's easier trying to negotiate with just the SEC athletes as opposed to the SEC and the Big Ten and everybody else involved and all these different mixed interests over a huge body of college athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Something else that I heard, Peter Burns, where was this Peter Burns interview recently that I was listening to? I want to say it was with Le Batard show. But anyway, Peter Burns was on Le Batard show. And he was talking about that it's not necessarily in the best interest of the SEC just yet, because one of the logistical hurdles that they'll have to figure out, what happens when Joey Aguilar is looking to extend his eligibility? Who does he sue?
Yeah.
Sues the NCAA. If the SEC splits off and the SEC is now having to mount defenses on a regular basis against its athletes, that becomes a much more difficult thing to navigate. And maybe, again, that is something that's inevitable. Maybe the super conference thing is inevitable. Unionization feels inevitable. But there's so many different questions that we don't have even a semblance of an answer to. And we're 5 years into this thing. I mean, think about this. I think it was the first year that you and I started doing the show together here is when the Supreme Court ruling came down. Think about everything that's happened since we've been on the air, since that happened. College sports has, I don't want to call it unrecognizable, but the construct of it has become unrecognizable in that period of 5 years. That we're just basically dipping a toe into the logistical problems and concerns that pop up through all of this is crazy to me. it kind of makes me, what's the word? Pessimistic about the future of college sports, that maybe there will be an expedited level to this process at some point, but doesn't progress just feel so unbelievably slow on the stuff that actually matters, right? Not just change for the sake of change and, okay, we tried this, let's try that and see if it works, but actual concrete. You said the word guardrails, real guardrails that can make these respective sports sustainable into the future and keep them stable for an extended period of time. I feel like we've never been further away from that 5 years in.
Yeah, and this is where it's so easy, I think, for fans to like tune this stuff out, because that's like the tiniest of tiny baby steps towards something like collective bargaining, right? That one school finally establishes a chapter of the College Football Players Association. So then you have so many other questions. Okay, how many schools would it require establishing a chapter of the CFBPA then for this to be something that is tenable, right? Can those players negotiate all on the same level? What about group of 6 conference chapters? Like, are they negotiating for similar things that the Stanford chapter is negotiating for, that, let's say, the Missouri chapter, the Florida, the Tennessee chapter, the Ohio State chapter? So they're hoping that this is like the first domino, but it just still gets so complicated from here, where a lot of fans are so tired of hearing about this stuff, and they're just like, I'm just going to ride the wave of chaos. You tell me whenever there's something on the horizon or something happening that actually will create some sort of uniformity and structure in this sport. Because people are sick of just the, here's a bill brewing in the Senate. Oh, okay, here's some discussions about breaking off. All right, here's one chapter for the CFBPA that maybe it leads towards a greater future of collective bargaining. It's too much happening that's not happening in its fullest form for people to just continue to keep up with.
I hate that.
Yeah, it sucks.
I think I hate having conversations, and I'm sure we all do this to some extent, but I hate having conversations that there is no clear solution for. Like, we just talk around an issue, and
which is what like media days has become.
There's just the issue. Well, what's the solve? I don't know.
I know. It's like it's so refreshing at media days to like hear coaches talking about their roster and their teams, right? And not bureaucracy and the Senate bill and a 9-game schedule. Like SEC media days used to be, hey, this is where we figure out what they're going to have on the field, where we actually start to learn about these teams. And there's so much less of that nowadays.
Well, but what if
yes.
You okay?
Yes. Yeah. Who's the what's the wrestler that just yells yes over and over?
Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, depending on what side of the fence you're on.
What?
You're not allowed to keep your name if it's copyrighted by the wrestling company. So is on the
you can't take the name with you?
On the Independence, he was Daniel Bryan. I've already mixed up. Bryan Danielson.
Yes.
So he couldn't remain being Bryan Danielson when he got to WB because they wanted to own his IP.
Wow.
So they made him Daniel Bryan.
The Rock had to strike a deal with Vince, right? For the name The Rock.
I was just going to say, why does The Rock get I mean, is it just The Rock?
Different case.
Like
John
that?
Cena's name is John Cena. Like,
That's
that is his actual name.
Legal name.
But, I think they had to get a deal with, like, Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's real name is Terry Bollea.
Yeah.
So, like, it's different for everyone. Usually when you come in, they try to get you to sign something that's like, I will make a new name and I will give my IP to them because it gives them more leverage and bargaining when it comes to contracts. Or if you leave, like, hey, this thing you built up, that's ours.
Yeah.
You got to start all over when you leave here.
But The Rock got a pretty good deal, right, with Vince McMahon. I feel like I've heard him talk about it, that like Vince did him a solid or whatever.
That makes sense, yeah. Especially when if he wanted to keep it, I'm sure that Vince would. Vince was very, like, a lot of everything that came out about Vince about him being like a horrible person, like, as horrible as he was as a person, he was a great businessman, like very forward thinking and smart. So when Hulk Hogan was like, I want to go be in movies, Vince went to him and was like, no, don't go be in a movie. You know what? I'll finance the movie, and you make the movie under my umbrella. And Vince said, we made a movie so bad that it took years for Hollywood to even want to touch him again, which was Vince's whole plan. Like go look up the movie Hulk was in. There's one scene where Hulk is about to beat this guy up. He's got him by the shirt, lifted him off the ground. He's like, "What's that smell?" And the guy he's holding is like, "Dookie," and Hulk Hogan goes, "Dookie, and just throws the guy. It was absolutely awful,
What is this movie?
atrocious.
What's it
movie.
called?
I can't remember. Hold on, I'll tell you. Hulk Hogan.
Oh my God!
First movie.
Was it
Think
No,
about
no
being-
Holds Barred?
So was it maybe Suburban Commando? I think is what it was.
Think about being that forward thinking, though. Like, I'm going to finance your movie and crater your movie career so I don't have to worry about you leaving me to do movies. That's evil genius megamind type of stuff.
I think it was Suburban Commando. So he was in Rocky as Thunder Lips, and he was in No Holds Barred, which is
No Holds Barred came out before Suburban Commando, though, and was
both of them did. Both of the other movies, but those are the
Gotcha.
things where No Holds Barred is the Dookie
Yeah,
reference. Hold on,
yeah.
let me try to find it.
I love that the audience knows this.
yeah, that's awesome.
They're giving us feedback in the chat. But just quickly to put a point on that, or a bow on that point, Lucas, where you're saying it used to be a thing for coaches to talk about the product on the field and the competition and the rosters and all these different things. I mean, in the irony of it, that the football, the most important thing, has become the thing that's being minimized in the middle of all this, and the business of football has overtaken. I mean, you've basically turned college football into the thing that we have feared for so long is going to happen. It's being NFLized, and you hate to see it on a number of fronts. 615-737-1045, the number. Last call for phone calls. If you got them, we'll wrap up the show coming up next.
What's that smell?
Hey, Ramon Foster's doing a really cool thing, and you are going to want to be a part of it. It's the Kickoff Confidence Shoe Drive, benefiting children served by From Your Father, a Middle Tennessee nonprofit supporting single mothers and their kids. As families prepare for a new school year, when does school start? School starts soon?
Yeah, I mean, early August, right?
I thought it was late August now. Is it not?
I don't know
Or
anything.
maybe it used to be late August and now it's early August.
Either way.
I know high school football starts in like 3 weeks.
Are you doing My TV 30 again?
Yep.
Okay.
First week, we have a triple header.
Oh, God.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
You're
the
doing 3 games?
3 games in 3 days. The 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd.
Oh, I thought you meant like consecutively.
It's in 3 days,
Yeah,
not
okay.
straight up in a row. That would be insane.
It's like Jim Nance at March Madness, right? He's just sitting there doing games all day.
3 games. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. In 3 days.
Can't wait, man. Can't wait to be back under the Friday Night Lights. It's pretty much here.
So, From Your Father is the organization that Ramon is working with to help fund brand new pairs of shoes for kids in need. The right size of shoe, much harder to find. You can get backpacks. You can get school supplies through community drives. Most often, shoes are very difficult to find at community drives. So, Ramon is helping out, and you can help out by sponsoring a kid today for just $55 by donating at the link. 1045thezone.com is where you go to do it. I need to do that, as a matter of fact. So appreciate Ramon for putting in some work to help out the community and kids in need. So it says Tony Nomo in the grid. God help you if you ever become a public enough figure to where your downfall is laughed at that way.
I pray that my downfall is laughed at like this.
Don't worry.
Give me the keys to the game, Tony. I'm not allowed to have those anymore, Jim.
No.
I will have to get an Uber.
Is this his downfall?
No, he's fine.
He's still a CBS employee.
He's the question is endorsements. Like Tony wrote the place that he could get hit hardest financially is Robert. Doesn't he do Corona ads now? Gruden was doing them for a long time. I think Tony Romo does Corona ads now. Either way, Tony Romo has some level of endorsement deal. So his job, I do not think will be affected unless a big enough sponsor says, no, I can't have Tony Romo on my broadcast anymore that I'm paying for. But I would be surprised if that happened. When did Tony Romo stop being good? Because he was a revelation for about a year and a half, and then people very quickly were out.
Yeah,
Tony Romo. His first game was here. Do you remember that?
Yeah, the Raider game. DeMarco Murray had that
Marshawn Lynch
flip touchdown.
Was that his only? Is that his only season as a Raider, Marshawn Lynch?
Yeah, he came out of retirement, right?
Yeah, because he had like the shoes
And
over the power line type deal.
And that's like his area. He wanted to play for his hometown team.
Yeah, I mean, Tony's going to be fine. Like, I expect to see him back alongside Jim Nance this fall. But I think the predicting plays shtick got old really fast.
Well, he wasn't doing it anymore. Like he was doing it, but he wasn't getting it right. Like we talk about the evolutions of the sport all the time. I mean, it took very quickly, or it was no time at all, it feels like, before Tony Romo's predicting plays bit, and it wasn't working anymore. I mean, he can still do the thing. Like, you go out there and watch practice with Ramon. Ramon will tell you what the linebacker is doing just based on where his feet are, right? Like, based on the way he's leaning. Like, football players will always be able to do some level of that, but if you're not actively in a huddle and you don't understand, you don't know the checks and the calls and all these different things anymore, his analysis is not good, though. Like, I don't come away. Who's the best football analyst that we have? In terms of, you feel like you come away from a broadcast, well, let me say, there may be any number of ways that you can define best analyst. Some people may want to learn something. Some people may just like the dynamic between, I don't know, Ian Eagle and J.J. Watt. Some people may enjoy Chris Collinsworth. Some people may hate him, right?
On network TV, I think Greg Olsen.
Greg Olsen is the best if you want to learn.
Yeah, just actually analyzing football. I think it's Greg Olsen.
You are correct. If you want football and analysis, Greg Olsen has been the golden standard. And Greg Olsen was not famous enough to keep his spot because Tom Brady then became in the mix. I'm curious to see how much Brady got better year over year, right?
Yeah, Brady was good last year.
Brady got
Yeah,
better.
He was better.
So I want to see how much better Tom Brady can get further removed from football. I think Brady's always going to have, a pulse on that stuff.
From an entertainment standpoint, people do rag on him. They hate him. I like Chris Collinsworth. I think Chris Collinsworth is good at what he does. And maybe it's also because he's paired with Mike Tirico. And Mike Tirico
Gold standard.
is the gold standard. Like you talk about perfecting the craft of broadcasting, it's Mike Tirico. And so he is also capable of gelling with anybody that's next to him. And I enjoy those two together. I do. In terms of crews right now.
I liked it better with Al than him.
Sure.
Just because it felt like, two old guys sitting around like a cigar bar.
Yeah, a little bit. But in terms of duos, put me wherever Tirico is.
Aikman and Buck for me.
Yeah.
And again, Troy Aikman is not, you learn from Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman has some flaws, right? He's not perfect as far as the analysis goes by any stretch of the imagination.
He definitely tells it like it is.
Well, Troy Aikman he's not scared to give you that perspective, which I have appreciated.
Yeah, I love that about him. He can do it with the Cowboys. Like, he does not care.
Right. So for just like, if you're just asking me, pick any crew you get to listen to do a game, I would probably pick that crew. Oh, are we done? You playing us off?
The Oscars music would have been good here.
We've got time here. Am I supposed to be hearing that? What's going on?
30 seconds before. What are you talking about? We have time here. What do you know when the show ends?
What's the rush?
Literally leaving at the same time we leave every day.
I mean,
oh, it's over?
Cover 2's next.
This thing's over.
We're having
I
a
had
good
no
conversation.
idea.
I don't know. Okay. Appreciate you guys. You can hang out with Blame It. Ah, damn it. Damn it.